this stupid rant of mine was not caught on stream. Okay, so
we need something very
we'll start
specific.
we will start without Lexi. She'll be here soon.
/play. You put some new music in. I want to put that on.
Well,
yeah. No, it's a lo-fi.
Wait.
It's like a lo-fi version of like adventuring music.
Lexi will be longer than she says, probably.
Then that's fine, because it works since we're doing individual stories. A lot of so let's go ahead and pick it up from last session. Last session, after the party had returned to the city of Thyra's Breast, they had, for the very first time on their hands and time to kill, and they had gone across the city to fulfill their errands, their needs, their curiosities. Evie had gone to check up on her family, who had recently left the city of Westcairn as fugitives and are being sort of temporarily housed by an old friend of Evie's father. Speaking of him, he, after breaking his oath, has fallen terribly ill under some sort of magical curse that befalls oath breakers. And there seems to be no end in sight. Although Evie was able to make the fever, calm the fever down and get him to, be awake after so much time just rotting in bed. There doesn't seem to be an end. Yeah.
Perhaps that's something that Evie can actually pursue quickly, just researching or going to someone and seeing if there's any way to alleviate or end the Oathbreaker curse thing.
Okay. You can think about how you want to go about that while I finish the recap
Sounds good.
Run the other stories.
Yeah.
Arya had visited their, I guess, childhood home, the Forgefinger residence, and Rennie had gone on a much-anticipated date with her, I guess, official boyfriend, Klaus, the alchemist from the Hag's Claw.
Very official.
Why you gotta say it like that, Alice?
She ain't wrong.
No.
So,
life's good if you can eat Nutella straight out of the fucking glass.
We pick up over at the... We head back into the city of Thyra's Breast, heading to the Temple of All district, where two of our party members have decided to make a stop, Asela and River. Although the two of you are walking separately, I will give you the introduction in tandem. As you enter the Temple of All district of Thyra's Breast, you are immediately noticing the change in architecture from the rustic stone and wooden buildings of the Mother Square district, which are much more businesslike and kind of like the more resembling a town square, rather than these incredibly elaborate and massive temples dedicated to the many deities of the Forgotten Realms. You see smaller temples dedicated to minor gods. You see lesser gods like Miliki, which you have had a minor encounter with before, and much more important gods like Pelor, Soluna, Umberlee, and Korm. The importance of these temples are split into like sort of rings, concentric rings across the district. The centermost temples are the biggest, most elaborate, most popular, more revered deities here in Thyre's Breast. And as their popularity or their nicheness goes on, they have smaller temples farther away from the center of the district. Given that, Asila, you want to talk to Salunites, and River, you want to visit the Temple of Korm, you guys are heading to the inner ring of the district. As you do, a massive statue of Queen Thyra is this beautiful golden statue of Queen Thyra marks the center of the district. She too was a very religious person, and it is part of the reason of her powers of divination that saved the dwarven people of Thyre's Breast way back during the final storm. You reach the center of the district and you look out, and Isila, you do see a very beautiful, elaborate temple dedicated to the goddess of the moon, Saluna. Pretty sure you've been here before after Evie was killed by Magnolia. This is where she was flown to by Clawshart. So you've been here before, so you simply know where to go instinctually. And as for you, River, you've been here before. You've visited many places in Thyre's Breast over your many years, whether it be growing up on the streets or working for the Forge Fingers. So you know that this exists. And you look around and you do see this temple built into sort of two separate, completely identical temples, and in the middle of them is a statue of a giant human, with one hand on the very tops of both temples. There's a regular depiction of Korn, this very tall, super muscular human.
What you're saying?
No.
What?
Sit. Don't. You just had to say that he was very muscular, Vic.
He is. I'm sorry. This is not even my like. When it comes to the gods, I read straight from the wikis. Okay, like I'm taking this straight from the wikis. His appearance is regularly a 7-foot tall human warrior.
There's just instant ubus coming out.
Hi.
See what I mean?
Ah,
I think,
Jesus.
I think Nima likes the gods.
Hello.
Sit down, you twink.
Oh,
I'm making tea.
Okay. Let's see. Let's decide who goes first. Both of you roll just a straight d20. River and Asila.
Alright, let's see.
All right, I'm sad. You happy now?
I think Asila goes first. Yeah.
Ooh.
You happy now?
Is today my day?
Today is your day. You happy now?
Today
Vic?
is the
I'm
day.
Today is the day that I actually roll. Oh my god.
Okay. Asila, you find yourself in front of the Temple of Saluna. What would you like to do?
We walk forward and we just, open the door, right? Just walk in.
Yep. Yeah, doors are already wide open. It is the middle of the
good.
day. People are coming in and out for whatever they require from the gods. You enter the temple and you find it to be quite crowded. You see that this super massive temple doesn't have the regular structure of like a Catholic church, I guess. It's just
Mm.
rows of pews and then the altar in the center. This place is more built almost like a hospital. Like tent, with various sort of slightly walled off or curtained off cubicles across the temple floor, and people come here for relief from sickness or pain. But more importantly, a lot of women come to the Temple of Soluna to receive marital care for whether to during their pregnancy or at the very end of their pregnancy or even after to take care of their children and so on. Um, Soluna is in the scripture very motherly, and a lot of mothers do pray to Soluna for the health of their children. So you do see a lot of these like cubicles are like curtained off, and you hear like murmurs coming from inside. The clergy of Soluna just taking care of the people that come inside, and but you find a more temple-like, like regularly temple-like um, um, system of pews. It's like 3 rows of like circular, like semicircular pews that sort of encompass this very small raised wooden platform with an altar, which is probably where sermons and stuff are given. Empty at the moment. Behind that is the actual sort of this very beautiful statue of Soluna, alongside smaller sort of prayer altars where where anyone can just walk in, kneel before one of these altars, say a prayer to Soluna, and go about their days. In the in this sort of area by near the massive statue of Soluna, you see a kind of familiar face, not so familiar to you, but you would remember her. You see a high priestess of Soluna, Meredith, friend of Evie's, and a boss fight a couple sessions ago, as well. A good bit of sessions ago. Was that last chapter?
That was chapter 1, end of chapter 1.
No, that was chapter 2.
No,
right?
chapter 2? Feels so
I
far.
feel like it is.
Feels so far.
Anyway, doesn't matter. And a boss fight at some point. Meredith catches, like, if Meredith start like just scanning the room casually, and just you immediately sort of are catch her attention, and you see as she looks at you and she walks up to you, and you see that she stops in front of you and bows and goes, "You were a friend of Evie's. I'm sorry, I forgot your name."
That's alright. You don't need my name.
I see. Is Evie in trouble again?
Not really, no. I'm just looking for something specific.
Well, if you're searching in here, then maybe I can help you.
What do you know about the Raven Queen?
From the Shadowfell.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot, but they say she's a spirit of the dead, or the dying, or something. She shepherds the dead into their graves, into afterlives, and other stuff. Not entirely evil, but we tend to stay far away from anything under Shar's influence.
Now let's say one would have a dream, or maybe said vision, where they would see said Raven Queen, and said Raven Queen shows parents? Any idea what I'm supposed to do with that?
Well, clearly this is not a hypothetical question you're asking me. So
Yeah,
let
very
me
high perception, I see.
Let me be very clear with you. The Raven Queen rarely makes contact with mortals. Her interest is in the dead. And by the look of things, you look pretty alive.
It seems so.
If you see her in your visions, in your dreams, then it is perhaps a sign, a call. Has she said anything to you?
No. She reached out to me and I didn't trust her. So pulled out my weapon and she walked away.
And has she contacted you again since?
Nope.
Would you like to?
Oh, gotta figure out one way or another what's happening with my parents. Thought they were dead. They
Well,
might still be dead. For as far as I know, she's playing tricks on me.
if you want to commune with the Raven Queen, then you will need to find something with a connection to the Shadowfell. Which you will definitely not find here.
I'm sure you'll guide me in the right direction.
I had my people searching for Sharan cultists here in the city for a
Okay,
while now.
Do tell.
You seem like you are inconspicuous and efficient, so I don't see why I can't bring you into the fold. You clearly have some personal stake in this.
You could say that.
The Sharans are responsible for kidnappings in the city, particularly in the market district. We've narrowed it down to a place of ill repute, a brothel. A saloonite walking in there would raise a lot of suspicion, but maybe we could help each other out.
What are you suggesting?
I say you infiltrate this place, seek out any sort of suspicious activity, follow it through, and report back.
Sounds simple enough. What's the catch?
Well, once missing persons go into the brothel, they're never seen coming out. They must have some sort of tunnel system, a magic portal, or they're just dumping the bodies in the basement. So it's dangerous. That's your catch.
I do like dangerous.
The place is called Triss's Delight in the Market District. Don't get yourself killed. Evie will never forgive me for it.
I mean, you guys patched up Evie. I'm sure you can patch me up, if necessary.
I'm gonna need your body to patch you up. So, if you do die, make sure you die at my door at my front door.
I'll try staying in one piece. How about that?
Sounds like a deal. Good luck.
Doubt I'll need it, but thanks. Always seeing you.
Always a pleasure. You head out of the
By the way,
Temple of Saloon.
I
Yep.
walk away. When I walk away, she just like kind of slowly walks away, turns around with her face. It's Sela, by the way. And walk.
Meredith,
Respect.
you for once a conversation between Asila and an NPC that doesn't end with like
Stabbing?
unbridled hatred.
Hey, she was like, very like short to the point, like easy. She like understands the whole thing. Isila, she digs her. She's like, yeah, you
Yeah.
understand what's happening.
Yeah, she's a little autistic. You just have to get straight to the point with her.
Exactly. Isila don't like it when you fuck around. It's like, just get to the fucking point, dude.
Fair enough. Before we head out, River, you there?
Yes.
Cool. You approach the Temple of Korm, the massive statue of Torm, like leading the way into the temple. You walk in, and it is less of a temple or a church. It's more of a amphitheater.
Mhm.
And you see a stage at the end of the temple. You see two fully armored individuals. You can't tell what they are. Two fully armored individuals just dueling it out with just full-on plate armor, great swords, just wailing at each other. And in the very front row, you see a couple of like similarly armored people just spectating. As you're walking closer, you see that one of the people fighting on stage gets the upper hand, and manages to like knock the helmet off of the person, and then like just goes in for a swing and stops the blade right before his opponent's face. And then both of them sheath their weapons, bow to each other, and then exit the stage. You see from, I guess, the backstage area, to continue with the sort of stage analogy. You see you can still. All right, let's wait until they're back. Let's skip to Acela again real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Acela, you exit the Temple of Soluna, head for the Market District. And oh, sorry. There we go. There we go. Okay. You head into the Market District and start looking around for the shadier streets and darker alleys until you find the previously mentioned place of ill repute known as Trish's Delight. As soon as you are coming closer to the door, you see that it swings open, and the door is like wedged in between an alleyway, so it's not even like in the main thoroughfares. You have to like sneak into an alleyway to like access the door. But it looks, it doesn't look shady. It's just not a very public place. Clearly, it's a place that tries to keep it on the DL. And so you see the door swing open, and a drunk gentleman gets thrown out of the door, and like crashes against the opposite wall of the hallway, of the alleyway, and you hear a voice from the inside, very deep, gruff voice.
Okay.
If you ain't paying, get out. And then you see the drunk gentleman sort of stumble up, just slurring, and just continues down the alleyway into the main thoroughfare. He walks past you and just stands and like squints at you again, piss drunk. This dude looks at you and goes, "Well, aren't you pretty? How much?"
Oh no! Oh no!
Mm. You know Isila's gonna slap him right in the face, right?
All right.
Turn his head around like that Warforged back then.
What do I roll? Just tell me.
Make an attack using strength. Just roll a strength check, and we'll add your proficiency bonus.
Let me see. So I just do. Let me see. Strength roll.
Yep. And then we add your proficiency, which 4, I'm pretty sure should be.
I did a saving throw. Ah, that
That's
works out,
fine. It
right?
should be the same thing. It should be the same.
Hey, today's my day.
All right. You punch him straight in the gut. He goes, "Oh!" and like reels over in pain. You also notice before you can lay another finger on him, you see that this shadowy figure takes his arm, bends it behind his back, and goes, "Ow, okay, 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 okay." And then she just like, you see that it's this woman dressed in like these like very like typically like the outfit you'd see like on like belly dancers and stuff, where it's like it just covers the bare necessities and everything else is just like this like transparent silk, this like see-through fabric, all black, like she has like the face covering and the hood and everything, but not in a roguish assassin way. Very much, she's a prostitute or an exotic dancer way. But she like bends the dude's arm and pushes him out into the thoroughfare. And without saying a word, she like traces her finger over your shoulder and walks inside.
Wait, say the last thing one more time. What?
That she like grabs the dude, pushes him out into the thoroughfare, into the street, outside of the alleyway where you are standing, and then as she's walking back towards the door of the brothel, she sort of like seductively like traces her finger over your shoulder and down your arm, and then just walks inside.
I mean, that'd be my type of woman. Let's be real. Come on, she doesn't handle that guy like, you know, wow. But yeah, she's inside, so I'm going.
That's the reason you're going inside, because of that woman.
Oh hell you!
Alright. Let's go back to River, who got unfortunately cut off. Okay. River, what was the last thing you heard?
What was it? They finished and they just like finished the battle.
Alright. Yeah. The battle is won by one of the gentlemen. He stops like an inch away from the dude's head. Incredible blade discipline on these guys. They bow, they walk off stage, and from like a backstage sort of area, you see a an orc gentleman, much more in tune with what like a priest would look like, but he has like priest vestments, but like these big metal shoulder pads, and like you see glints of metal are catching and like reflecting the light below his vestments, and the dude is tall and like very powerful looking dude. Walks out on stage, and you see him. He's a half orc,
Hmm.
a half orc priest. You see that he begins addressing the warriors, starting with the guy who lost, and he said, "What have you learned?" And the soldier, now you notice, is a kind of middle aged, quite much older in years, an elf man, hints of gray in his hair and everything. He goes, "Well, I got overconfident. I thought I could win." And the priest goes, "You thought, but you did not win. Victory does not start in the mind. It starts in the body." And then they all sort of like nod their heads in agreement. And the orc looks up and sees you, River, and then he turns to the soldier and he goes, "You're dismissed." And they all stand up, single file, exit the temple. The priest walks down the steps of the stage towards you, and he goes, "Welcome."
Hi. Um, was that a duel that just happened?
I train the very best of this city. Adventurers, silver wings, they all come through me, one day or another.
And you
What
train
about
them?
you? Are you here to test your strength?
Maybe. I'm not sure. I'm just looking around the temples, seeing. When I don't know how to explain it. I'm just trying to find something that aligns with me.
Well, you will not find it here. You lack
What?
conviction. I see that you are very powerful. You have quite the magical prowess, but it is unrefined, unhoned. You may be strong, but you are weak-willed.
Wow.
Rude.
I've been quite on the nose, aren't you? Um,
The best warriors are not forged with kindness. So if you came here expecting it, you will be sorely disappointed.
I came here not knowing what to expect. Hence why I'm kind of trying to figure out what was going on.
You hear a gun cocking in the background. You mean to my friend?
And I. You've known me for 5 seconds. How can you know that I can't fit in here?
I have trained hundreds of warriors.
And I bet they
I
weren't
can
all
tell
male.
the mettle of anyone who walks through these doors.
Well, how do I become strong-willed or worthy in your eyes?
Do you believe you deserve it?
I am not sure what I do or do not deserve.
You say that he turns around and he says, "Wrong answer," and begins walking up to the stage.
I like follow him.
He's before you can take the steps up, you see that he turns and he puts up his hand to stop you. Only those worthy stand on my stage.
River takes a step. I am.
He takes a step towards you as well, in a very threatening manner.
River is not backing down. He keeps standing straight and stepping on the step. Just
Okay.
looking up
For
at
every
the left.
step, it's like 4. There's like 4 steps up to the. For every step you do, he takes a step in towards you, and eventually you make it to the top of the stage, and you're standing face to face with him. He's much taller. What? How tall is River?
Like he's just under 6 foot, I think.
And then you're face to face, actually.
Okay.
You're face to face, and he looks you up and down. Walks over to the other opposite end, stands, and he goes, "Hit me with your best shot."
My best shot. Like a punch.
He doesn't answer.
I guess a punch. All right.
You're gonna punch him?
I'm gonna run at him and punch once I find unarmed strike wherever the hell it is.
Oh well. Unarmed strike is actually
Um,
just your strength, but
Yeah,
Okay.
you can roll strength, and then we add your proficiency bonus. It's fine.
Got it. Strength. Oh,
Um, you run up, and he simply catches your fist in the air and pushes you away, and pushes your hand away.
like
And he
stumbles
goes,
back, steadies himself.
Yeah, he doesn't even move. He's like a statue. He goes, "Is that all?"
All right.
rude.
I'm gonna try again. I'm gonna run at him and go for a punch. Roll again.
Mm-hmm. You see that this time he puts up his arm against his face, and you punch him straight in like the steel gauntlet that he has, slightly hurting your hand in the process.
Ow. Fuck.
He goes, "Is that what you do? Go around throwing your silly punches? I said your best shot."
All right. I'm gonna try the dagger then. I'm gonna aim the dagger.
Make
for
a
his
dagger
arm.
attack. You see that you rush at him with a dagger, and you see that he tries to block you as well, but you manage to like nick part of his arm from your dagger slice. But he seems stone-faced and stoic through it, like it didn't even hurt him.
He felt proud for a second, then he looked up at him and saw he was still the exact same. And he lost all
Yeah.
that sense of proudness.
And he looks at the scratch on his arm. He puts his hand over it, and he heals himself. Is that all?
You know what? I'm gonna run to the other side of the ring. And I'm
Tactical
gonna
nuke.
I'm gonna exactly guiding bolt. How did you know?
No, I was actually just
Make an
saying,
attack.
like, I'm just gonna quickly make a nuke and just drop it on him.
I would like to use guiding bolt at level 4.
Go.
Oh no! Oh no!
Maybe I shouldn't have stepped on this stage.
You turn around, you fire your guiding bolt, and it sizzles out in the middle in the air, doesn't even like launch out of your hands. And he turns to you and goes,
Fuck. Come
perhaps,
on.
perhaps you only think you are worthy. You have not proven it. Last chance, boy. Or get out.
Alright. River like smacks his hand a bit, and he's gonna try guiding bolt one more time, and he's gonna cast it at level 5.
Okay.
Please, like, please.
Please. Yes! Holy shit.
You get angry and fire this last guiding bolt, hitting him square in the chest. You see that you push him back a few feet, and you see that you leave his armor sort of sizzling from the radiant heat.
Yes.
He regains his composure and goes, impressive, powerful, but weak.
Wait.
You hold great power, boy. But until you learned how to master it, you will always be weak.
How do I?
Did you hear what I said? Victory does not start in the mind. You need not think, believe, or hope. They're weak, formless, uninteresting. Victory starts in the body.
So what? I have to fight someone? Or people? Multiple? How many do I have to fight?
Victory does not only mean in combat. He
what?
walks up to you. He heads sort of into like the back of the stage has like this like curtain over it. You see that he turns it a little bit. He opens the curtain only a little bit, and you see this like very cool, or like part of a very beautiful mural, um, carved into stone. You see, he refers to just a small passage that he revealed from the curtain. In the stonework, you notice the regular image of Torm, this giant human, wearing armor and holding a longsword. Except Torm is laying on the floor, and beside him are these strange creatures. They don't look humanoid. Give me a religion check.
Got it. Damn.
These are not humanoid. These are celestials. Some sort of celestial. Some sort of celestial creature. And he's surrounded by like 6 or 7 of them. And you see that he is lying on the ground, and his like signature longsword is buried into his own chest.
Jesus.
You see that the priest is standing in front of that sort of image in the stone, and he sort of bows, possibly in silent prayer to himself. And he turns around and goes, "Who is Torm, child?"
Uh, I mean, I don't know much about gods in general, hence why I'm here.
Storm represents courage, but also self-sacrifice. We give this. Sorry, no, let me restart. We give our all. We do not back down. We do not surrender. And we give our life with purpose. What purpose do you serve?
The only service or anything I have given so far is the ability to heal others, not particularly helping combat wise, but to heal them after.
Who do you serve? What do you serve? What do you stand for?
I'm not entirely sure. I kind of just follow others and do what they do. I did it for the Forge Fingers. I'm doing it for the crew. I just follow.
He closes the curtain behind them. He goes, listen to yourself. Do you sound courageous?
I do not.
If you're not courageous, then you can never serve.
I want to
Come.
become courageous.
You see that he leads you through the center of this sort of the sort of dead center of the big wall that's covered up by curtains. There's a doorway, and he leads you through it. There you see this sort of almost like looks like a giant plate almost to sort of like put a person there. It's made of stone. This like stone bed with like curved sides to like sort of contain a humanoid inside.
Mm-hmm.
In the you notice a sort of like a hole in the stone bed as well, and the surrounding sort of the surrounding area around around this sort of drain almost is covered in blood. As he's walking up to it, you see a handful of other like two or three more of these priests decorated in like battle armor, very scarred, very strong looking individuals, and you see that they all look at Ongar, and he sort of nods at them, and they all sort of take like ritualistic positions around this bed. And as he's walking up to it, he like he sort of makes space in the hallway in the walkway that he's walking on, so you're walking next to him. And he tells you, without even looking at you, just staring forward, he goes, to have courage is to not fear. It's a lie. To have courage is to be fearful. But take the plunge regardless. What do you fear?
Losing everyone again. I don't want to lose the Forge Fingers. I don't want to lose the crew. I can't go through losing someone close again.
You fear the loss of your loved ones. It is a pain and a fear I can relate to. But you're letting it cripple you rather than empower you. Lay on the stone bed.
Alright. And he lays down on the stone bed.
When you lay on it, you feel that this sort of drain that I mentioned is now sort of you've placed your upper back against it, so it's just kind of like hanging below your upper back. You see that the three priests that I mentioned take up positions to your left, right, and to behind you, where your head is facing, and that your feet stands on guard. And he goes, "It is time to face your fears."
What? Wait. Okay. Okay.
Suddenly, from the hole behind you, a spear launches out and impales your chest. You hold onto yourself as much as you can, but you feel yourself growing weaker and weaker, so you fall unconscious. But you find yourself back in the temple. No priests, just you. And this sort of eerie atmosphere. From the door that you came in, walks in Pip, Dolly, Alan, Forge Fingers, Mama Forge Finger, everyone. Arya walks in, Evie walks in, Rennie walks in, Asila walks in, Amber walks in. All of them holding their necks, and you see blood begin to like pour out from between their fingertips. As soon as they grow closer to you, they fall to their knees, raise their hands trying to reach you, covered in blood. You see it now like gushing out of the wounds, dirtying up all of their clothes. And slowly, one by one, falling. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Setting the mood here. Put on some music there. Dark ambience.
You are overcome with fear. You close your eyes and you open them again, and you're lying on the bed, surrounded by the four priests, including Ongar. And he looks down at you with a slightly disappointed look and goes, "Again." The spear once again pokes through your chest. Blood flies everywhere. You pass out. And you find yourself in the room again, facing off against the Forge Fingers and the crew of the Moonveil, holding the wounds on their necks, bleeding profusely, begging you for help. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Got it.
You begin to feel sort of steadfast and more stoic, but seeing Arya approach you, whisper out your name, and just collapse onto the ground, just destroys you. And you fall into this sort of hopeless void. You close your eyes, you wake up, and you're once again surrounded by the priests, laying on the bed. Your chest now is completely soaked in blood, in your own blood. Ongar looks angry and goes, "Again!" The spear pokes
What?
through your chest once again. You awake once again alone, and the body and the shapes of your allies and your loved ones burst into the room, dying before your eyes. Give me another wisdom saving throw. You're stronger. You learn that fear is not a deterrent, it's a motivator. You lift your hand up into the air, and this beautiful holy light, brighter and warmer than anything you've ever conjured up before, completely irradiates the room around you. You see the wounds on your loved ones' necks seal, and them coughing up like leftover blood. And as soon as they stand up, now their blood all cleaned, the wounds sealed, they look healthy, and then they into sort of this beautiful, sort of glittery dust.
God.
You slowly heal everyone in the room, patch up everyone's wounds, and finally, you feel in control of your fear. You use it as a motivator rather than a deterrent from what you want to accomplish. The holy light that you're producing becomes blinding. You close your eyes in instinct and wake up, and now you're standing, not laying back down on the table. You are wearing your armor again. You are completely clean of blood, and you are holding your daggers in your hands in this sort of like cool, like action hero pose. The three priests, not Angar, but the three priests are all on their knees in a praying position, and Angar just looks at you with his arms crossed and goes, "What have you learned?"
Don't let fear stop me from helping others. Don't let it deter me from helping them. Use it to empower myself and help them.
My boy, you have welcomed the Torm into your life. His teachings, his values. I would say do not fail him, but it is not him you would be failing. So I will say this: do not fail yourself. You have the makings of a great warrior. You will hone yourself in battle, tying yourself to Torm's teachings. And one day, you'll be a great warrior. One I would be proud to call my own. Now
Thank
go.
you. Rivet bows his head and thanks him, and then takes his leave.
You walk out, and it is pitch fucking black. You've been there for hours. It may have seemed like a couple minutes to you, but you've been there for hours.
Oh, the crew are gonna think I'm dead. Huh. I'd like to start booking it back to the ship.
Fair enough. Okay. Hey, Sela, we're back to you.
Mm-hmm.
You enter Trish's Delight with
So,
with a sort of weird, unorthodox getup. You know, a lot of people here are dressed in either super fine silks. They come from, you know, the nearby financial district or the Cloud Chapel district, or they're just in rags, coming from the slums. Um, almost no one's in armor. Um, the you see the bouncer, and once you start hearing their voice, you match them to the person who like tossed the drunkard out of the brothel when you first walked in or walked by. Um, and in a very rough voice goes, "Weapons on the table," and there's a table to your right.
Do I really have to?
You don't get in otherwise.
Hmm.
I will remind you, Alice,
Hmm.
that without weapons, you are still pretty fucking deadly with your psychic blades.
Yeah, I was thinking
And
the same thing.
and
Also, yeah.
you only have to drop one of your weapons, because another one,
Yes,
I'll
LP.
remind you from your feature.
Yes.
Yes, it is fused to your skin,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
so it just looks like a tattoo to everyone.
Because that's the flame tongue dagger I've imbued.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So sure.
So you'd be leaving all of your daggers, all of your short swords. If you have any, I don't think
Mm-hmm.
you have any ranged weapons. And the blade of
Nope.
loss. You'd be leaving them behind.
Oh, my dagger. No. You better make
Um,
sure that doesn't get damaged.
you see that she, this very tall, sort of like, um, God, what's the line people? They're called
Leonin.
Leonin. This very tall, strong Leonin reaches over and just sort of like as you were placing your things on the table, there was over a cloth, and so she like rolls up the cloth into like this like bundle of weapons, and she places it in a lockbox next to her and closes it. And she goes, "No one will touch him, sweetheart. Enjoy your stay."
We'll see about that.
You walk through the um, you walk through the brothel, and you are met with many, many beautiful, beautiful men and women. Um, in you with fake sultry accents and super skimpy clothing. With super elaborate names like Hope and Glamour and Pixie and shit like that.
Disgusting.
What?
Disgusting.
um, you see the woman who had sort of helped you get rid of the drunkard outside, um, currently like dancing on a stage. So her getup fits. She's like an exotic dancer. Um,
Oh, I should probably change the music back because we're not in
but
dark ambience. Oh, God.
you also see as you're looking up at the stage, out of the corner of your eye, you see another woman in identical attire.
Hmm.
And then you start looking, and there's quite a few of them. Quite a few of these women in the same getup. And give me a perception check.
Du-du-du-du. Ah.
The women are all human, and they look identical. Obviously, they have like coverings over their face and stuff, but It's like the same skin tone, the same height, the same body shape, the same eyes, the same hair color, the same eyebrows. And they look identical. And none of them are being like sold. They are all kind of just for show. You do see a woman who is like hitting on or trying to hit on one of them, trying to like flirt with them, and she just gets ignored. The same happens in a young man with quite an elegant suit on, is trying to like petition to one of these girls, and instead of paying attention to him, she just like grabs another one of the women here and just like does like a twirl with them and just manages to like switch positions with her, so that the man is now talking to the other woman. They seem to be kind of the security around here, besides the bouncer.
Hmm.
They're purely here for ambiance and security. They're not part of the merchandise.
Ambiance.
You see the you find kind of like a centralized location to sort of scope out. Give me a perception check.
Another one.
Another.
Boom. Come on. Better.
By the way, I've defaulted both of these to 19 since that's your passive. Because you can't roll lower than your passive perception. So both of those just have automatically become 19s.
Wow.
Yeah.
No wonder I had the same problem
right.
yesterday. Justin asked me a bunch of put me to use like a bunch of perception checks yesterday while looking for that killer. He was like, "Yeah, you see everything. Yeah, with a 26 passive perception, of course I see everything."
26 is unreal.
Yeah, observant feat and expertise in perception.
All right. So you notice that one of a middle-aged man, human, you see that he is kind of like exits one of the rooms and is kind of just like cleaning up his outfit, just like drying out, like ironing out the wrinkles with his hands, and as he's like sort of heading out to leave, you see one of the sort of security women. You see that she approaches him and does start acting more like the merchandise around the brothel. You see that she wraps herself around his arm and stuff, and you see that at first he's like enjoying the show and whatever, but you can't really tell what they're saying. But you see that then he sort of starts like denying her for whatever reason. But then a second one comes in and sort of wraps herself around the other arm, and they sort of start like dragging him away. Give me an insight check.
Petition to rename insight to vibe.
Give
me a
vibe check.
Read the vibe.
Vibe check. Okay. He looks in distress. He looks like he doesn't want to go in the direction that he's being moved into. And you see that they go through a door, an unmarked door, but it doesn't look like any of the other like bedroom doors. It's just one of the unmarked doors. They go through the door.
I'm gonna probably just follow them around, see what's going on there.
All right. Give me
I'll be
a stealth
sneaky?
check. Yeah, give me a stealth
Yeah.
check.
I only have a plus 13 on stealth, so.
Yeah, you're fine. Yeah, you managed to sleep in through the crowd and avoid detection by the other women, and you open the door and go through, and you find that it is a staircase leading down into this sort of like much shittier looking basement. Like it doesn't look good at all.
Mm,
Um, um, you head down, and it's just a very small sort of 10 foot by 25 feet room, and very small sort of basement. And the two women and the patron are nowhere to be found.
hmm. Then I'll silently walk around the area
Okay,
and just start investigating.
give me an investigation check then.
Investigation. I feel like a detective.
Oh.
Okay.
You
Okay.
say that. You say that.
You you look around the room, and you find that there is like uh that the entire floor is like fake. It's like a
Mhm.
wallpaper of the floor. And you find like a little lip on it. And once you lift it, you see there's a hatch for to go even further down. You head through the hatch, and you start going deeper and deeper and deeper into the city. This is not like you're like past the sewer system,
Mm.
and it's just like really raggedy, sort of broken down staircases, leading just straight down. Um, we will take a break with you there, and we will head for Evie. Evie, have you thought about what you wanted to do?
I mean, honestly, it was gonna be to go to Meredith and ask if she knew anything about oaths being broken. But first I want to go get the gold dealt with. So
All right.
I want to go to the Underforge,
Give me my
or right?
money.
The Undercity is fine.
Undercity, yeah.
Um, yeah, you can what's it called? You head um the only entrance you know of, because you've passed it multiple times on the way to the Forge Fingers house, is in the Flameheart district, so you move there. And you see that there is this ginormous sort of like cave opening, um, and there's people coming in and out through it constantly. Um, you start heading down. Um, like you start heading down through the tunnel, um, and you walk quite a ways down. You find a lot of like tellers and people sort of looking for like manual labor here and there, just like criers, like, hey, we're looking for this, we're looking for that. Just there's a very industrial heavy place in the city, and the shortage of manual labor is um is never satisfied, so people are always looking for more hands to do work. Eventually, you make it all the way down. You notice immediately the air gets like thick and sulfuric. Hard to breathe, but not impossible. Um, it's also like hazy, like it's hard to see like far too, because like the air is like thick and hazy. It like blocks a bit of the light, and it's hard to breathe in. It's like thick air, it's hard to breathe in. um um as you get deeper and deeper, you start noticing that the dwarven population is like overwhelming the rest. The On the surface, it may be like it's dwarves are the most common, sure, but not by a lot. Over here, it's like it's rare to see anything other than a dwarf in the Undercity. Um, you reach the actual Undercity, and it is this sort of pillar of stone that's 25 levels deep. You're at the top floor right now. And it's kind of like a multi-story parking lot where you just like to get to the bottom, you have to like go down in a spiral down to the bottom. And everything is either built into the rock face on the outer edge of the ring, or it's like hanging from like metal supports, and it's just floating over this sort of pillar, this sort of chasm, cylindrical chasm that leads all the way into the bottom. It is like loud, and you hear the sounds of giant hammers crushing steel. You hear the sounds of like the bellows when they blow air into the fire. You hear the fire roaring from the forge at the very bottom of the 25 levels. Down here is just another city. You have your bars, you have your restaurants, you have your taverns, you have your inns, you have your blacksmith shops, you have your tailors, you have your stables, you have everything.
An
You
entire
have your
city we have never
alchemists
been
and
to.
yeah. And I haven't designed it, so because you've never wanted to go there, so I've never designed it. But this will be quick. This won't take that long. This doesn't need that much prep time. Um, you you were told to take them to the Great Forge at the bottom of the Undercity, and that's where you're headed. You descend all 25 levels. Um, Eventually, down by the like 9th or 10th floor, they bar you from entry, and tell you that you need to wear like protection, like facial protection, because humans cannot breathe the air down there. It is so thick and like filled with like coal dust and iron dust and sulfur and carbon dioxide that is just pretty much unbreathable for anyone who isn't a dwarf. So you rent some equipment, and you continue walking down the floors down to the lowest floor, the 25th level. I said the negative 25th level, whatever. And you reach the Great Forge. This ginormous. You saw the giant sort of cylindrical chasm that you've been circling around 25 times. And yeah, and eventually you reach the bottom, and the Great Forge takes up pretty much that entire space. It is absolutely massive. You see that from the sides of the cave walls, you see like waterfalls of lava just completely pouring out and being processed through the forge. Um, the forge is built on two levels. There's the bottom level where everyone sort of works, and then the top level, which is where the blacksmithing actually gets done. It's built on like these like metal supports, and it is like this metal dome with like sort of a blacksmith setup up there, much bigger. This big blacksmith setup. Um, but below this sort of half dome, where the heat bursts through into the forge, where the actual blacksmith, where the master blacksmiths are, is this roiling ball of flame that is just like like a miniature sun just being contained there. Eventually, you make it, and you're met with a this very stout, sort of thick dwarf, who you see that is also wearing like a welder's mask, um, and is pretty much like almost completely like like without clothes. He has like some like shorts on and like a blacksmith's apron here, and he is sopping wet with sweat. You two are suffering from the sweat, Evie. But this dude has been working so close to the forge for so long, he is like drenched in sweat. You see that he walks up to you, lifts up his mask, and you see that he's quite an older gentleman. Gray, this sort of gray like handlebar mustache, and he goes, "What can I help you with, lass? You came down here, brave of you."
Oh yeah. Can you hear me okay, by the way?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, so I've got a bunch of gold pieces. And I was trying to figure out what to do with them, and I was told by some people to head down here and that you would be interested.
And he goes, "Gold, the pure gold."
Well, like old world gold
Give me a
pieces.
coin. Let me
Here,
have a
I'll,
look.
I'll show you. Yeah.
You hand him a coin. He like smells it, and tries to bite it. Hmm. He takes out. He places it on the top of his hand, grabs his hammer, and smashes it onto his own hand. Just no damage whatsoever. And you see that it makes like a ringing sound, and it echoes through the the forge, and you see a couple of the dwarves there, um, sort of mimic the same sound. Like this is like ringing sound, and it echoes, and then you hear that the dwarves like grab something that's equally pure gold, hit it, and it echoes through the chamber back to you, and it goes, "Well, I'll be actual gold, old world, pure gold. It is a good find, lass. How many of those pieces you holding?"
Uh, I believe around 4,500.
You want to repeat? You want to run that by me again, lass?
Yeah. I, sorry, I wrote it down here. Let me find it. Yeah, here you go. Um, I have 4,390 gold pieces here.
I well, lass, you care to care for a trade?
Well, that would depend on what you have to offer, I guess.
Let me ring up the forge master. He walks up and he like yells up, "Oi! Give me the forge master!" And eventually, a few minutes come by, and you see this dwarf, kind of in the same getup, just like shorts that you're not sure if they're like actual shorts or just like long undies, and just like a blacksmith's apron, sopping with sweat, welder's mask. Um, Walks up to you. This dwarf, much taller, much stronger. Like other dude had a bit of like a beer belly. This guy's like hulked out, and you see that he has this really cool like hammer strapped to his back. And he walks up and he goes, "Pure gold, eh? A lot of it. Well, less. I reckon we can make a deal. See, pure gold is important to us. It keeps the city running. But it also makes powerful weapons. I may have a few weapons at my disposal. I'd be willing to part with them for all of that gold."
Okay. Now, what might those weapons be?
He whispers into the other guy's ear, into the dude who first greeted you, and the other guy goes, "Forge master, sir," and he beckons you. He goes, "This way." You start walking through the forge, um, trying to avoid a workplace related accident. This place is not OSHA compliant at all. And you reach a bit of a safe house, a safe room. Not protected in any way at all, but you see beautiful weapons all over the place. Beautiful, like exotic weapons, and you see that the dwarf that was leading you goes into like this display case, and like lifts it up, and there you see pretty much every single type of weapon type in D&D, but in pure gold form. And you see that the dwarf looks at you and goes, "Forge Master said you can have 3 of your choosing for all the coins."
Three
Bring me
pure gold
one.
weapons.
Bring me one, please.
Yeah.
I mean, with Nima piping up, does weapon type do these weapons include like firearms or ranged weapons?
It would include ranged weapons, not firearms though. The firearms that Arya has access to are like custom, so they're not like wildly available. But
Okay.
ranged weapons still do include the firearms that are available to you guys. The black powder pistol, the percussion pistol, the musket, and the rifle, um, which are in the handbook. Those are common weapons in the setting, so those count. But like Arya's special like sniper rifle and the revolver, no, those don't count.
That's fine.
Okay.
River could use a new myth if you find one.
Yeah, I could use a sword.
You can yes, it's metagamey, but I will allow people to commission them if if you guys want something, then you can say it now.
Yeah, it just speeds up
spiritually
coming back
transparent.
out.
Yeah,
Say that again.
this is what you can expect from pure gold weapons.
The attunement is insane in the membrane. Okay, wait. What does everyone want? We're not getting anything for Rennie. So it'll just be. I think the main two are gonna be for um
For Arya,
Sela
probably.
and Arya.
I
The
don't
thing
know about
is,
Asila, because Asila's using her flame tongue dagger all the time.
Yeah, and I have my ranged. I was just saying, bring me one because I'm like, damn, I want a gold weapon.
I'm now a war domain cleric. I could use a weapon.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Bring him a mace.
What weapon type do you use?
I'm proficient with all simple weapons, but I don't know if that's gonna change.
And once you change it, because um, Ezra wants to go through like a pike trick foot evolution where they go from light
Literally.
domain to war domain. So eventually you will have access to all weapons
Yeah.
once you're war domain.
War
So
domain
you can
clerics
start
have
now.
martial
I would-
weapon proficiency, I believe.
Yeah, I would like a mace, pretty please.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. A pure gold mace.
I mean, just to be safe, I could use a sword. If push comes to shove, considering
So
we run into
short
people.
sword or rapier would be the best bet, or scimitar, since you're dex.
Scimitars use dex?
Yeah.
Then a scimitar. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I will let you know. You can keep thinking, Ethan. Ezra,
Yes.
there are a lot of weapons in D&D, most of which dealing a lot more damage than a mace. So if you want to look them up,
That's a very good point. I know nothing about the weapons in D&D.
if you want like a bonky weapon, Warhammer.
Ooh.
If you want to go super mega, I mean, the problem right now, Ezra, is that you have very bad strength.
Yeah.
So if you want a strength-based weapon, the enchantment on the pure gold weapons will kind of offset how bad your strength is, but not by much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I already told Ezra I had the same problem with Jib back when Jib became a paladin with 8 strength.
Yeah. So you could grab a strength weapon, which are the highest damage dealing weapons in D&D. The great sword, the great axe, the maul, longsword, battle axe, warhammer,
Yeah.
like the 7 different types of pole arms. I don't know whether there's so many. So you can choose one of those, and if you attune to it, you will get a pretty big magic bonus. So
Yeah.
you won't be hitting as badly. Because is your dex good?
Dex is
My dex is a
15.
15.
Okay, then if you have a strength weapon, if you pick up a strength weapon and you fully attune to it, it will be kind of like hitting with your dex.
Okay.
But if you grab a dex weapon, then it would be hitting with your dex plus the bonus of the weapon.
That is a good point.
So, but dex weapons are kind of boring in comparison.
I'll go for the Warhammer and just hope for the best.
Right. Rapiers deal more damage than scimitars. Never mind. Okay, I'm thinking about rapier instead.
I also added the cutlass weapon to this setting, which is basically the rapier, but it does slashing damage instead of piercing damage. That's also in there. Yeah, that sort of stuff.
Okay. Well, so we're getting what, a warhammer for River.
Yes, please.
Then a rapier, sorry, or a cutlass for Arya.
Let's say cutlass, cause slashing damage. And it makes more sense
Okay.
in the setting. So you
Cutlass.
say so your cutlass is also a finesse weapon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, perfect.
Then I guess a rifle. So, yeah, are those crap? Do those have a different name in this?
I will have to look it up real quick. Let me go ahead
Yeah,
and find it. Let's
I
go to
can check
armor
it.
and weapons, whatever it is. Ranged weapons. The better rifle. I mean, they're both martial weapons, so you wouldn't be if they're for you, you wouldn't be proficient in them. But there's the musket rifle, and then there's the better far reach rifle.
For 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 Amber. So I guess
Oh, okay. All right, cool.
far reach rifle.
Yep. Far reach, cutlass, and warhammer. Okay. I can try and do those super quick, but all right. You turn in the gold coins. You get 3 weapons in return: a pure gold cutlass, a pure gold warhammer, and a pure gold far reach rifle.
What is their magical
The
bonus?
Their magical bonus, their built-in magical bonus is 2. Their unattuned magical bonus is 2, meaning that if you major attune to them, they're a +4 weapon,
Wow.
which doesn't even exist.
You made it up. There we go.
Yeah, like nothing reaches +4. Neither armor or weapons. So, we can sort out the inventories later. But let's jump to Arya.
Mm-hmm.
Arya, you head out from the Forge Fingers residence, and actually, why don't we take a break now, like a 15-minute
Yes.
break, and we can sort
Also,
out the inventory thing.
someone just followed. Hello there. Thank you for the follow.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, because I was already
there's
putting in
a-
a cutlass in my inventory there. Slash scimitar,
Alright.
rapier, whatever.
Okay, so yeah, let's go ahead and take like a break. We'll meet up at the 15-minute mark.
I'm a
Alright.
ward on main cleric now. Yippee.
I mean, you could
You
technically.
want to switch now?
Yeah,
Do I have time to do that?
it's fast.
In 15 minutes, probably not. But like, we can do it for next session.
If
You're not gonna fight anything
if you
between now and then,
want
so.
to, I can do that within 5 minutes and just change out everything.
I
Thank you,
will
Nima.
give you access to their character sheet then.
I can do that very fast. At least try.
I will, yeah.
Take everything, because technically, it's literally just switching out war domain stuff from life domain stuff. So all of your always prepared spells, I believe, like
Yeah.
cure wounds, revivify.
Yeah, all of those change.
Yeah.
You
So-
still keep them. You still because I'm pretty sure all the life domain spells are cleric spells
Yeah, they
already.
are. Mm-hmm.
So you still have them. They're just not always prepared.
Mm-hmm. You just need to prepare them every time, Ezra.
Yeah.
I will delete them out of the character sheet, but don't forget that you still have access to them. It's just for clarity's sake to get the clutter out for now.
Oh right, I totally forgot about it. I totally forgot that you have the armor that you picked up from the Fae. I forgot to add that to your character sheet. Let me go ahead and do that.
All right. Before you do that, then I'm gonna like while you
What
do
armor
that.
do you have now? A breastplate. Let's do
Classes. I go to cleric. Good thing I
Oh, wait,
in
is it-
spells I put AP next to the spells that are always prepared, so I know which ones they are.
Yeah.
Now I need to go to war domain. Also need to delete your life domain stuff. So I get rid of Disciple of Life. So now you don't do extra healing anymore. Blessed Healing and Divine Strike. Actually, Divine Strike stays, right, Vic? Because War Domain Clerics also get Divine Strike.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought they got potent spellcasting.
Yes, and Divine Strike. No, wait, no. War Domains don't get potent spellcasting, they get Divine Strike. So I'm literally just gonna have to change the name. There we go.
Yeah.
War Domain.
And I think but I think the damage is different. I don't think it's radiant damage for War Domain Clerics.
You can use the attack to deal 1d8 extra damage of the same type dealt by the weapon to the target.
Okay, so you can add that as a damage bonus, kind of like you would do with Sneak Attack or Hunter's Mark and stuff like that.
I'll do that.
I will add the Warhammer as well.
The Channel Divinity will go away. Well, at least not go away, but they will change to Guided Strike and War God's Blessing.
River. Once you fully attune to the Warhammer, since it's a major attunement, you will be out of attunement slots because you're majorly attuned to the necklace, the amulet that lets you heal Arya. You are majorly attuned to the armor that you got from the Fae that makes it so that you can't get crit, and something else. Oh, and you gain proficiency in dexterity saving throws as well. So let me give you proficiency in those. Cool. And the Warhammer is also. Oh, why did that twice? So you will have two different Warhammer attacks. Ezra, one will be with one-handed, which will deal 1d8, and if you wield it with two hands, then it deals 1d10.
Channel Divinity is
you
times
don't use a shield, right?
Yes.
I do not.
Okay, then you can use it with two hands then. And since your magical bonus is now 4.
With martial weapons proficiency and heavy armor, but heavy armor he already has because of life domain.
+3, yeah.
So you now have martial weapon proficiency. That's cool. War Priest. That's class. War Domain. That's Domain.
Actually, you do beat Dex if you with the fully attuned Warhammer, it is easier to hit things with the Warhammer than it is with like a dagger or a Dex attack.
You got a little when you use attack. You can make one weapon attack as a bonus action. You can use this feature a number of times equal to your wisdom modifier. So War Priest is 5, because 5. And that's a long rest. War Priest.
And Amber will appreciate the +4 rifle you just gave her. Oh my fucking god.
What Channel Divinity? What does... Hold on. Channel Divinity is... You get that back after a long rest, right? Yeah. Oh, finish a short or long rest to use your Channel Divinity again. Okay. This is actually a short rest.
Yeah, damn.
We didn't use anything, right? Alright, we didn't use anything.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Oh yeah, right. Should I, on my character sheet, call it Pure Gold Cutlass then?
Yeah. Oh wow. Oh, well, the damage keeps getting worse.
Okay, here. It even has one more plus attack. It has 13 to hit as well.
Yeah.
While my rifle has 12 to hit. And I'm not really attuned to much, right? I have the cloak and the cutlass now. Yeah, I have the cloak and the cutlass. Do I even have the cloak in my inventory? I do not. I'm just gonna put it in my inventory. Cloak of what's it called? Graviturgy, right?
I'm pretty sure.
Magical items, aria. And well, the Fey Travel Stone, but that doesn't have attunement, right? No, it doesn't. Which we still have the Fey Travel Stone if we need to go anywhere. Spells. Yeah, right. I still have the teleport spell and the dimension door spell. That's funny. Imagine a robot just randomly teleporting behind you with dimension door. Alright.
That'd be fun.
Now, that's that. That's pretty much it. Now I just need to do the spells. Alright. So, to be funny, he technically loses Bless and Cure Wounds from Always Prepared. He loses
But he
Spiritual Weapon.
he still has those spells. Though.
I know, but that's what I'm just saying with the Always Prepared. He loses that, but I know he likes to use Spiritual Weapon, so I'm gonna pull that one back in as a normal spell.
Alright, while you guys wrap that up, I'll be back.
Beacon of Hope and Revivify. Why did I Revivify? I'm guessing you want to keep Revivify in your spell thingy, right?
Yes, please.
Yeah, I'll do not delete it. I'll just take it away. So I did the same with Spiritual Weapon. Guardian of Faith and Death Ward are not always prepared. Mass Cure Wounds, I'm guessing you also want to keep, because that's also a good spell. I'm just taking the always prepared off. And Raise Dead is not really effective, because why would we? Anyways, you get... Alright. You get Divine Favor. Divine Favor. Your prayer repels you with Divine Radiance. Until the spell ends, your weapon attacks deal an extra 1d4 radiant damage. It's a bonus action to do that, by the way. So when you do that, you can hit extra hard. And it's always prepared. It's a first level spell. Then you get Shield of Faith. Shield of Faith adds a +2 to AC to people that you cast it on. It's good. Also a good spell. There we go, and there we go. You get Magic Weapon as a second level spell. Magic Weapon. I'm pretty sure that's the same thing as Divine Favor, but on... No. You touch non-magical weapon until the spell ends. The weapon becomes a magic weapon with a +1 bonus to attack rolls and damage rolls. And when you cast it at 4th level, the bonus becomes +2. And when you cast it at 6th level, the bonus increases to 3. Alright. AP. Bless you. Bless you. Alright. War Domain Clerics. Keep Spiritual Weapon always prepared. So you actually keep Spiritual Weapon as a always prepared spell.
Yeah.
So is Flame Strike, actually. Flame Strike becomes an always prepared spell for you. So that's that. You get Hold Monster as a 5th. Apparently I'm going down the list now. Hold Monster, which can be very, very helpful. Can be very helpful at some point. You get Freedom of Movement and Stone Skin. Freedom of Movement. And Stone skin. And then you get Crusader's Mantle and Spirit Guardians. Spirit Guardians becomes a always prepared spell. Because you already have that in the list. And you get Crusader's Mantle, which I don't even know what it does, but it's not my problem because you have to look through your thing.
Yes, I do.
Crusader's Mantle isn't even in the frickin' compendium. So I have to put that one in by myself. Mantle. Oops. Let's hope it's not an attack, because attacks suck. No, it doesn't. It's just a spell description. It's an evocation spell. It's one action. Of a range of self. Has vocal components. And is a concentration spell up to 1 minute. Holy power radiates from you in an aura with a 30-foot radius, awakening boldness in friendly creatures. Until the spell ends, the aura moves with you, centered on you. While in the aura, each non-hostile creature in the aura, including you, deals an extra 1d4 radiant damage when it hits with a weapon attack. So it's basically your divine favor, but just as an area of effect for everyone.
Okay.
And it's an action. But it's a good spell. It's a paladin
Sounds
spell. It's a paladin spell, usually. I mean, considering War Domain clerics are basically paladins.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's that. I changed everything. You should have everything. That's that.
Thank you.
You have martial weapons, proficiency, heavy armor
You
you
did that
already
quick.
had. I know, I'm quick like that. Because I make character sheets all the time, so I'm used to it, to be fast. Just read through your channel divinity real quick as well, what you can do.
Yeah.
Guided Strike, for example, you can use, because you have 2 charges of your channel. I'm gonna call it Guided Strike. I'm gonna call it Channel Divinity, because you can use both. You have 2 channel divinities. Guided Strike gives you a +10 to attack, like a +10 bonus to the roll when you use it.
Yeah.
And you make this choice, you see the roll, but before the DM says whether the attack hits or misses. You basically just give yourself an extra +10.
Yeah.
That's that.
Christ. +10.
And at 6th level, you get War God's Blessing. When you make an attack roll, you can use your reaction. No. When a creature within 30 feet of you makes an attack roll, you can use your reaction to grant the creature a +10 bonus to the attack roll. So basically, a Guided Strike, but for someone else within 30
Yeah.
feet. So, say Asila is trying to hit someone, rolls a 12, which usually doesn't hit, right? You could say, oh yeah, I'm going to use my Channel Divinity to give her a +10. And that's going to be a 22.
Yeah. I
And
have
that
2
usually
level
hits.
5 slots now.
No, they have always been 2 spell slots.
They've only been 1 for me every time.
No, it's because you're level 10. At level 9, it was 1 spell slot. At level 5, you get 2 level
Oh,
5.
well, I used it earlier and it said I had 0 left.
Oh, right.
1.
Oh, yeah, right. Because I clicked long rest to test out the Channel Divinity if it actually depletes back to goes back to full.
Yeah.
So you used the 4th level spell slot earlier, right? Oh, stop clicking.
Yeah.
Stop clicking.
sorry.
So you use the 4th and the 5th level, right?
Yes.
So you're-
Yeah.
Yeah, because you used Guiding Bolt at 4th and then at 5th level.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Read through the spells that you now have. Wait. Am I missing a 3rd level spell?
Not the tough feet or not?
1 second. Spirit Guardians. Huh? What? Sorry?
I said, do I still have the tough feet?
Yes, you do. And I accidentally put Crusader's Mantle as a 4th level spell. It's actually a 3rd level spell.
Oh.
My bad. Give me a second. I just need to do this real
Oh, I
quick.
did not mean to roll that.
Crusader's Mantle. Do not click anything there, please, game. Please not. Why do I say game? Oh god, it's a 3rd level spell. Holy power radiates from you. Yes, we've read through this. It's Crusader's Mantle. It's an evocation. 1 action. Self. Has a concentration. Up to 1 minute. There we go. Done. And it's always prepared for you. Keep that there. Boom. The spell turns the flesh of a willing creature you touch as hard as stone until the spell ends. The target has resistance to non-magical bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage. So basically, Arya would have been fucked back then.
Yeah.
Because Arya now deals lightning damage, so. Which, let me tell you, Vic, thank you.
What?
The lightning damage on Arya's gun now. And we're changing from life domain, which is still saying there, to port domain. There we go. There you are.
Thank you. Oh, I'm excited. Can't wait to fuck shit up with a warhammer.
Alright.
and
Also, Vic?
Mm-hmm.
It's still, is the Warhammer, right? His Warhammer is also pure gold, right?
Yeah.
Because it's still doing a D10 or D8 -1. It's not adding it to the damage.
Oh, you can't see it, but yes, it roll the damage and you'll see that it does have it.
It does?
Yes.
1d10 -1 plus 4. Oh.
Yeah, is that the way the semantics of it is that it deals 1d8 or 1d10 -1, which is a strength, bludgeoning damage, and then it deals
Plus 3.
4.
Plus 4, but it's
4.
plus 3, actually.
Yeah, the math, yeah.
The math
But
is not
then
mathing.
it deals 4 magic damage. Like it counts it as magic damage.
The math is
the
not
extra
mathing.
damage.
Yeah. The math is not mathing for me right now. It's, help. But yes, that's all your war domain stuff. Don't forget your war priest. Wait, I gave you the war priest charges. When
The
you do
War
that,
Priest?
yeah, war priest charges. That's the main war domain cleric feature. You can use a charge. I put it like you see under long and short rest there.
Yeah.
Yeah, war priest charges basically mean that you can make an extra attack as a bonus action.
Okay, so it's like Power Surge.
No, not really. It's not action surge, no. It's, you basically just do a bonus action attack with a weapon that usually does not have a bonus action attack.
It's like a Warhammer.
Yeah, you can bonk twice.
Yeah.
But you have to expend a charge. It's not like Arya where you can shoot for free.
yeah.
Like you can do
I know,
twice for
I know,
free.
there's charges.
Yeah. That's the main drawback. Because it's there because you're technically a paladin and paladin have extra attack.
Yeah.
So you have that. Perfect, actually.
I can't wait to make a 20-foot tidal wave, ride it, and bunk something on the head in the water.
I love Vic's face there for a second. He's like,
What?
why do I do this to myself? These idiots.
No, because it's genius. It's fucking good.
Anyways.
Control water is my favorite
We were
thing in the world.
confused. We were confused earlier. Like, we made the mistake of giving River 14 charisma instead of 14 strength. Because we could have just switched that back then. But who
is.
would have thunk that this was gonna happen?
I did it, and then we watched Vox Machina, and I was like, I want this to happen.
Yeah, at that time he didn't watch Vox Machina. Then he saw Pike do the cool war domain cleric shit.
And I was like, I need.
But honestly, that was the same thing that happened with Pike in the story. She like didn't
Yeah, I
feel
know.
like she was useful with life domain. So Ashley was like, okay, I want to change my subclass. And then she just started to be fucking amazing in the game.
Yeah, she became a cleric of Bahamut.
Oh,
But War Priest, no, not War Priest, Divine Strike? Once on each of your turns. Okay, keep that in mind, Ezra.
yeah.
Every time you hit, you can deal an extra d8 damage. Right, that's the extra attack and spellcasting that I wanted to put in there.
It doesn't count for the second attack that you do as War
Yeah.
Priest, though.
Was it show global attack modifier field?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And then
No, I think it's damage. I think it's damage.
Yeah, global attack. We'll see. Guided strike, which was a d8, right? Yes, 1d8. Unless it changes, right? Guided strike.
War domains have the guided thing. The guided thing is the channel divinity that gets them a +10
No.
to their attack rolls.
Oh yeah, right. That's guided strike. I was saying divine strike, not guided strike.
And then they would also get War God's Blessing, which is
Yeah, I already put that in there. I already explained that to Ezra what it does. War God's Blessing is basically guided strike, but for someone else.
Yeah.
Because it does the same thing, but for someone else.
I'm so excited.
So here, there you go. That's your divine strike.
Okay.
So basically, when you do that, wait, I have it turned on. Okay, see.
Yeah, it's damage. You made it an attack one.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
show
yeah.
global damage.
Show global
field.
damage modifier field, yeah. Show global damage modifier field. And there we say it's divine strike, which is a 1d8 because at 14th level it's 2d8. Critical damage. Does a critical damage also go up? Does it also do it twice? No, it doesn't, right?
Well, it would, but that's why if you just leave the critical hit in blank always, it automatically knows.
And then we do this. There you go. There's the extra 8. But I forgot to name it Divine Strike or whatever.
You can just put damage, because it is damage. Like it is whatever it's like Hunter's Mark or Sneak Attack. It's like just damage.
There you go.
Yeah.
That had rolled an 8 twice. And even then you would do two-handed because you're not using shield, right, Ezra?
I'm not using a shield now.
And then I would advise you to always click two-handed instead of one-handed, just for the extra damage.
Yeah.
And
It is
yeah,
on average it deals 1 more damage.
yeah.
Mathematically speaking, you
And
deal
I'll
1 more
keep
damage.
right now. I'll keep the global damage modifier, the Divine Strike. I'll keep it ticked, but you keep in mind when you want to do your War Priest attack to take that tick away. Or actually, it's fine if you keep it on because Vic can just ignore the plus damage from that thing because it makes sense. So yeah. And who said we can't do that within 15 minutes?
It took you
It's been
25.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't say that we're starting 10 minutes ago, so
Well,
A win is a win.
it's
Is
a win in
everyone
my
here?
book, so I keep it.
Yeah, Ethan's here.
cool. Then we're back.
There you go. To make it clearer, I called it Divine Strike damage. Alright. There you go. Have fun.
Okay.
Amazing.
Have fun, dear.
I will.
Okay, so let's go back to Arya. Arya, you are leaving the Forge Fingers residence.
Yes, indeed.
As you're heading out, Alan stops you again. Let me see if I.
Oh god. The little guy. The tiny guy.
Yep. Alan stops you.
Alright, I'm
And
gonna, before you keep going, I'm gonna put on some more happy music, because that was like the Undercity music. Keep going, it's fine.
okay. Alan stops you and goes, Arya, here. You're gonna need this. And he hands you the journal. And he goes, I made some marks on it to help you.
Some marks?
Well, yeah, look, and you see that there are page corners that have been like thumbed in, for to like keep track. And you go through you go through a lot of these entries in the journal, and in one of them you see a house. It's not the Forge Fingers house, and outside of it is Alan and this Yasa character,
That blue dude. That blue kid.
the blue kid.
Do you know about this house? Like, where is that house?
I don't know, but it's Yasa's house, and so look for one like it.
I'll try. I'll try.
All right.
I'll find your friend. Don't worry about it.
All right. So you look through a bunch of the other journals and journal entries. Give me an investigation check.
Oh god, where's investigation? I have proficiency? Since when do I have investigation proficiency? Don't worry.
You start thumbing through the pages that Alan marked out for you. A bunch of entries in the journal where this Yasa has like intervened. You use deductive reasoning to piece together bits of information that Yasa has told Alan on how he gets from his house to the Forge Finger residence. And you kind of sort of trace them back and you head north. Go ahead. Yeah, you head north into the Thistlebrush district. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Alright. That's technically a 16, because I get
Sure.
I have 16 passive.
Cool. You start looking at the drawing of the house that Yasa has made in Alan's journal, and comparing it to other houses in sort of the district. You spend a few minutes, almost an hour, just going through the district, looking, retracing your steps, looking for a house that matches. But what you actually end up finding is the only reason you actually find the house in question is because of of a bent lamp post that's beside the house. That was also on the drawing. You find the bent lamppost and you sort of line it up with your image, with your picture, and lo and behold, there is a house there, except it's been burned down, and not recently. This is the wreckage of a burnt house from a couple of years ago, probably. No one's gotten up to restoring the house or tearing it down. It's just a black wreckage of a house. I'll also in the Thistlebrush district. It is it's mostly populated by smaller folk such as gnomes and halflings. So the house is comparatively smaller than you would expect. A regular sized house in the, I don't know, Cloud Chapel or Financial District, or even the Forge Finger residence. Like the Forge Finger residence, although it's populated by gnomes, is built for medium sized creatures. But these are not. These are very much houses built for small folk. And it's just burnt to the ground.
Hold on. No. Fuck. I thought I could be faster. Wait until you talk. Is there someone around?
There's bystanders walking around. Yeah.
I'm gonna try and flag someone down.
Okay.
It's like, just walk up to one person. I don't know what they are. Probably one of the smaller folk that are around.
Yeah.
Gnome, whatever.
Yeah, you find the as you're sort of staring at the smoldering wreckage. A halfling man stands next to you, and he goes, you lost?"
Oh, no, I'm... What happened here?
Nasty stuff. Could have been when my boys were young, so 5-6 years ago. Lightning struck the house. It caught fire, and by the time the Silverwings arrived, the house had been consumed. They were able to save the remaining, the adjacent houses. I didn't know the people inside, but apparently they were good folk.
And then you wouldn't possibly know who lived there anyways. And like I pulled out, like I flipped through the pages of the journal with the drawing of like that blue kid.
Mm-hmm.
And like, look, I'm helping my little brother. And he says I have to look for his friend. I'm just trying my best here. And I show him the picture, like the drawing. He said he lived here.
Yeah, you show him the drawing, and he goes, "Well, shit, yeah. The family that lived there, they were deep gnomes from the Undercity. I didn't know them, but I knew that much." Explains the blue. As soon as you, what was your passive?
Passive is 16.
Then give me a perception check.
That's a 20.
You hear kind of like this like wailing sound. So it's kind of like a cry and like a painful yell coming from the house. You see that the halfling gentleman next to you, he like takes a few steps back and goes, "Well, it's never done that before." Good luck, stranger. And he starts walking
Yes,
away.
go. Have a nice day. Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters. So it does make sense because Ezra and I started watching Supernatural, and, and this is just that
Okay.
you pull me into a supernatural situation like this. Well, nothing is natural in D&D, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I'll approach the house carefully.
The wailing gets more noticeable, louder. As you're approaching the house, and you find yourself like actually physically within the premises of the house, or what it used to be, and you're sifting through the debris, following the sort of like ghostly wailing. Eventually you reach a sort of like back room, and you see that it seems to have been like taken care of after the incident. You see that a lot of the wreckage has been moved out of the way, and you see a hunched over, hooded individual, sort of with a very long, like sort of staff, sort of writing things onto the super ashy floor of what used to be the house. And he's like drawing something, and you see that he's like surrounding himself in like a little like magic circle. He finishes drawing, and he sort of shuffles back into the center of the circle, and sort of slams his staff onto the ground. And the ghosts, and you start to physically see like these like ghostly hands reach out from the circle, and eventually their heads, like the ghostly heads, start to poke through, and one of these ghostly heads is a deep gnome child, which matches the description. Little tuft of hair that matches the drawings that Yasa has made on Alan's notebook. And you see that this like necromancer is like incanting like with the staff, like into the center of the circle, and he's like incanting something for a spell or a ritual.
Wow. Okay. Excuse me. Hello.
You see that that his concentration breaks, and the hands slowly start sinking, nearly like their fingertips are creeping through the floor. And he goes, "Why you?" And then he extends his staff over to you, and is going to hit you with a spell, which hits. Yeah, definitely. There's no way.
What did you roll?
Rolled an 18, a natural 18.
Oh, yeah, cool. I have
Natural, so yeah, so I haven't even added the modifier. And I forgot to check. I forgot to do this before. I forgot to check this. There we go. You take 12 points of poison damage. Do you have
I
resistance or
don't have
immunity?
immunity to poison damage.
Okay.
I don't take anything.
You are hit with this like sickly green slimy magic energy.
Oh god, ray of
And
sickness.
it just hits you, and it's like nothing.
And I'm not even gonna like pull out a weapon. I'm just gonna stand there and be like, now that's not nice, is it?
He's gonna go ahead and yeah, he's gonna instead where is it? Oh, there it is. Jesus. Okay.
Do I need battle music?
Maybe, but we're doing this in like a role play thing.
Hmm.
You see that instead he gets really angry and extends his staff, and you see like a skeletal figure of like a gnomish skeleton burst out of the what's it called? The rubble. There we go. So it breaks out of the rubble and is going to like try and lunge at you with an attack, which will miss. Doesn't matter the modifiers. It just fumbles. Like you see that it tries to like claw at you and just completely misses you.
Just take a step out of the way, basically.
Okay.
And it's like, at this point, I'm just gonna pull out my rifle and just like point it at this dude. I mean, like, just explain yourself. I have not attacked you. You tried to attack me.
You see that he stays pretty silent, but he goes, I don't know who you are, but you walked into the wrong place. And he reaches out his hand and like does like a crushing motion. Give me a con save.
Oh, I'm good at those. Well, never mind.
You take 2 points of necrotic damage, and you
Yeah.
fall prone. And then the zombie's gonna try and hit you, which he does it at advantage, and he still misses. Wow, impressive.
All right, never mind then. Okay. And like as I'm like on like as I'm prone, I'm just gonna like use my rifle to get back up as like a stepping, like a
Okay. Yeah.
And I'm just gonna you know what? I'm just gonna shoot him at this point because there's
All
no
right, go
reasoning
ahead
to
and make an
talk.
attack. All right. You stand yourself back up, you take aim, and you fire. You see that you hit him in the leg, and he immediately falls prone. Like his leg gets completely swept from under him, and he falls down to the ground. And when he falls, he drops his staff, and you see that the gnomish skeleton just crumbles, just falls back into pieces. And you see that the sort of spirits that are trying to escape through the magic circle are sort of like descending back into the ground, and they're like ghostly features are barely seen anymore. And you see that he tries to like grab his staff again and go no.
Oh,
He
can
tries
I
to, like,
can I kick the
and
staff out of the way?
all right, give me an athletics check. All right, you rush over, kick the staff out of the way, and you see that he goes, no, and he tries to like latch onto you, so he's gonna make like a grapple check as a
What do I
negative
go
1,
again?
so it's a 16. You have to roll athletics or acrobatics.
I'm
You have to
going
beat a
acrobatics
16.
because I have proficiency.
All right. He's while still on the ground, he like tries to like grab your leg, and you like kind of kick it out of the way, and you see that the magic circle sort of dispels and it disappears, and you do not hear the sort of the ghostly wails anymore. and you see that the necromancer just like breaks down and just like hits like starts like hitting the ground like no 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 no. He looks up and he goes, "You ruined everything."
I ruined nothing. You were not willing to talk to me. I was just merely protecting myself. And I put my rifle back, like where I like usually clip it. And I just pull out my revolver instead. And I just like point it close to him. It's like, now talk.
The dead do not speak.
Well, you don't look dead to me.
The he places one hand over his chest and you see like this like the cloth like the cloth on his chest begin to like sort of like tear up by itself. Kind of it's like as if it was like being like kind of like bitten at by rodents or something. And you see that below the cloth you see that his skin is also turned like this very sick gray, and he goes, "You Silverwings will never take me alive."
I'm not a
And
Silverwing.
before he can hear you, he just passes away. He had cast inflict wounds on himself.
Arya is just more confused than anything.
The the
Oh god! And I shot him, and then it's goddamn. Why do I have to shoot in the city? It's never a good idea.
You suddenly start to smell smoke, and as you turn around you see this sort of like burning ghost thing. It looks like a tiny fire elemental, but like kind of see-through and like Casper like. And eventually the fires give out and the smoke clears, and you see a a young gnome boy who matches the description of Yasa. And he looks up at you and goes, "Thank you."
What? What? Yes, of course. Who was that? What happened? Who are you?
I don't know who he was, but he was very mean. He kept us trapped here. And he didn't let me see Alan.
Okay.
I was worried he thought I was in danger.
Well, Alan certainly did. He's waiting for you.
He is? Well, and then he like turns around and like you can like see him like mimic speaking to someone. Because you can't see the other person he's talking to or listen to what he's saying. And he turns back and he goes, "Okay, yeah, my parents said I can go. Can you take me to Alan?"
Yes, of course. And he's my little brother after all.
"Oh, you're Arya."
Yes.
He talks a lot about you.
Oh, he does?
Yeah, he says you're really cool.
Well, I hope so.
Um, the two of you start walking out and head back to the Forge Finger house. And by the door you see that, like, sitting by the porch is Alan, and as soon as he sees you walk by, he like rushes up to you and like hugs your leg and you go, "Oh my god, thank you, Arya."
Yes, yes. And is Yasa still close by, or?
Yeah, he's like behind. He was like walking by you, and he's sort of like, you see that Alan stops hugging your leg, and he just like stares at Alan. It's like stares at Yasa and he goes, "I thought you got hurt." And Yasa explains the whole shit. He explains the whole situation. And then they both turn to you and go, and Alan goes, "Arya, thank you."
Yes, of course. You're my little brother.
You see, he hugs your leg again, and then he turns to Yasa and goes, Guess what I just got?" And then Yasa like immediately goes, "Ooh, show me, show me, show me, show me!" And they both rush inside the house. Um, you see that Pip comes out of the house in really like in not like his casual getup that you see him constantly in the house, and you see him in much more in like elegant diplomatic robes. He's probably headed to the council district. He walks out and he looks at you, Arya, and he goes, "Alan seems to be in a good mood. Good.
Pip.
You had anything to do with that?"
I um I think so.
I knew you were a good boy.
Listen. Alan was he walking in there alone?
Ah, Alan has an imaginary friend. I forget his name. It's fine.
It's
We
not
can let
so
children have.
imaginary. I don't think so, at least. I just been to the Thistlebrush district. It was a burnt down house. There was a necromancer and a ghost.
You have the wildest stories, Arya. That's what I like about you. Just like Alan, you have that childhood wonder. It's adorable. Anyway, my boy, I have to head out. Keep the house safe for me. And he walks away.
Okay.
We turn to Isila.
I love how the Harry Potter music just fit this entire vibe just now the entire time.
Isila, after descending for what feels like half an hour of just spiral staircases, different types of staircases, just going down ladders. It is this really weird contraption of like tunnels that have been built downwards from this brothel called Triss's Delight. You reach a really really hot and like foggy area, and you find yourself similarly in the Undercity, like Evu did. Same sort of setup. You see the large sort of cylindrical hole that goes down 25 levels into the planet's core almost, and buildings built into the rock faces of the outer rings, or built, sort of hovering and suspended within like the chasm. You come out of like a little like maintenance hatch sort of door, and you find yourself in the company of a lot of dwarves. Dwarves coming and going to whatever they're gonna go. The population down here is mostly dwarvish. So you and these two suspicious women would stick out like sore thumbs. So give me a perception check.
Alice?
Alice. Oh.
Sorry, I have food. Wait, did we swap back to me?
We did, yes.
Oh shit! Can we swap back to somebody else for just a few more minutes?
I don't really know what else anyone else has got. I'm done with Arya. Evie, you want to do anything else? River, Arya, do you guys want to do anything else?
Alright,
Is he
fill up for
Alice
max
eats?
5 minutes. I'll be right back. Max 5.
If I had my Warhammer, I'd go beat a bandit up, but I don't yet.
Technically, you don't have it yet because you haven't met with Evie yet.
Yeah, that's unfair.
I actually think Evie's fine right now.
Yeah, I'm just going
Okay.
back to
All set.
the ship at this point.
Yep.
All
I'm
right.
reconvening back to the ship, everyone, right now, except Asila.
All right. Yeah. Yeah, River. By the time we show up, it is super, super, super dark. I'm pretty sure you would be the last person in. So little bit of weird sort of space-time manipulation. Everyone that you are the last to show up. Rennie's there, Evie's there, Arya's there, Sila's there. But yeah, probably the first one who's gonna show up is either Rennie, unless she decides to do anything next session, or Arya probably.
Okay.
Back to the moon room.
I'm here.
Okay. Now let me restart.
Yeah, sorry. Like I was like listening for most of it, like with Arya and stuff, and then for like a few moments I got distracted. And the moment I get distracted, it's like, and we're back to Azila. Like, wait, what?
Yeah.
But yeah, I literally
Fair
just finished like my food like a minute after, so
I literally just
Good
pulled a
timing.
freaking Ghost Whisperer type shit. Like, have you seen the show Ghost Whisperer? She brings people to to what they need to do to like go into the afterlife kind of style.
Is that the one with the hotel? It's not a hotel. It's like a mansion.
No, that's not that. Ghost Whisperer is a very old show. I say very old, but it's like early 2000s.
That is old.
It's not very
It's-
old.
it's
Nima.
also-
Shut the fuck up.
It's not.
Nima, that means you're calling yourself very old.
I'm not. It's early 2000s. It's a show with Jennifer Love Hewitt, who was also in 911. She was one of the dispatchers in the show
Oh,
911.
she's so hot. Oh my god.
She is. I love her. She was the main character in Ghost Whisperer. But yeah, she's basically got the ability to see ghosts and talk to ghosts from her grandmother, and brings them to like the end of their life. Basically, she talks to ghosts that have unfinished business in the world, and brings them into the afterlife.
God, that sounds so much like the plot of another show I know.
It probably is, but it's basically the vibe that I got from this just now. The only thing that was missing was like me seeing Alan and Yasa just walk away, and Yasa just like going into a light. That's what was missing for a second there. But damn, bro still has stuff to do apparently.
Right. So, Alice, we ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You begin descending down from where we left off, and you find that it's this weird sort of these weird interconnected tunnels that don't seem to serve much purpose. except getting you farther and farther below ground. Eventually, the temperature kicks up, and are you gonna do is this secret tunnel?
Of course
I
it
figured
is!
it out.
Tunnel!
Secret tunnel! Secret tunnel!
Oh my god! I literally saw Ang in the link and the whatever
Yes!
the Giphy
Secret
link, and I was like,
tunnel!
it's gonna be a fucking secret tunnel.
You just know.
I just know. So
Go
yeah,
on.
heading down the secret tunnel.
Yeah.
The temperature starts picking up, and the air starts getting a little thick, hard to breathe in. And you find yourself similar to Evie in the Undercity of Thyre's Breast. Just the topmost floor of the Undercity. But you do notice immediately that pretty much everyone around you is dwarvish. Like, it's very rare to see anyone that's not a dwarf around here. So someone like you and someone like the people you're chasing would stick out like a sore thumb. So give me a perception check.
Perception.
Tim, you reach you sort of start looking around, and instead of actually seeing people, you have a set of dwarven women walking in your direction. And as they pass you, you hear them whisper, "More tourists?" So you can gather that they're headed, that whoever you're chasing headed in the direction opposite of those ladies. So you start heading in that direction, kind of following the trail of suspicion. And eventually you come across a guard decked out in metal armor, and he like stands in your way and like has like a long spear, and like pushes it like that to like block your path, and he goes, "I'm sorry, but you cannot come this way." Give me an insight check.
Boom. Eh.
His tone is weird. He's not speaking with authority. You've faced many authority figures. He does not speak like one of them.
So basically, he's saying I'm not allowed, but maybe he's not allowed. So who the hell do you think you are? Maybe you're not even allowed to know who I am.
You see that he actually like it takes a second for his for him to like come up with a response. He's just like dead eyeing you for a bit, and then he goes, "You are not allowed here."
Listen here, bud. You're gonna let me through, or I'm gonna stomp my gauntlet up somewhere where the sun don't shine.
Give me an intimidation check.
Please, Alice. You can do this. We should have done reverse psychology.
I thought you would have had proficiency.
No, I don't.
It could have been like, Alice, you suck. You cannot do this. Then it would have worked, right? Like, we should have downplayed this.
Okay, wait. Just downplay me real quick.
Alice,
just
you
tell me
suck.
I suck.
You cannot do this. You're not intimidating enough. Fuck you. You're... Do it.
What do you mean I'm not intimidating enough? Look at this roll, motherfucker. It's missing a 0. It's missing a 0.
Oh my
Close
God.
enough, Nima. Close enough. I think it was reverse psychology here.
Yeah.
Okay. You tried. You
We
failed.
tried. It's just I tried to do the same thing because I saw a clip where Travis Willingham was like doing the same thing to Marisha Ray. It's like, you suck. You cannot do this. And then she rolled a natural 20 to save herself from something. They were doing the exact same thing. That's why I was.
It was a counter spell.
And he was like, "You can't do this. You're worthless. You can't
That's
do
kind
this.
of
You're not
beautiful,
gonna
not
do
gonna
it."
lie.
Honestly, it should
Unfortunately for
work.
Sheila, it didn't work out.
Oh god.
So yeah, you start threatening the dude, and he doesn't move at all. Like but like normally, if it didn't. Okay, 1 second. I'm getting a call.
Hello, Domino's. Welcome to Vic's Pizza Hut. May I take your order? One large pineapple pizza. Yes, we
I
can do that.
actually like pineapple pizza.
User in your channel was banned from the server.
What do you mean? I like it.
All right. Normally, if you fail to intimidate someone, you would instead like boost their own confidence, and they would like act more smug, or like disregard you. But he is just stone faced. You cannot come through here. Give me another insight check. Again, he's not speaking with the authority you would expect from the type of soldier that he is.
It's time to go
Decked out
full
as well.
Karen mode. Where's your manager? Where's your superior?
It takes a second for him to register, and then he repeats, "You are not allowed here."
Can you say something else, but
Takes a second. "You cannot come through here."
you said it in a different way. That's a start. Can you say something else, but
Takes him a second. "You are not allowed here."
I'm a smacking with my gauntlet.
Okay. Give me the same thing that you did earlier, the strength plus your proficiency bonus. Just like roll strength, and then we add your proficiency bonus.
There we
Alright.
go.
You wind it up a little bit and punch him straight in the face. You have no problem. Your hand's made of metal. You can punch a metal helmet's a metal protected face.
Can you imagine the clunk inside of the helmet that rings right now in the man's ears? Like, you know, like you're standing inside of a bell, and then the bell goes off. You just reverberate.
Yeah. So yeah, it would do something like that. You punch him in the face, and you hear a ding, and you see that he like gets launched back a little bit, and he falls, and then he just falls, and it's just there, just completely like frozen, not like doesn't move at all. He's just there.
Just knocked out. I see. Like
No,
just
not
stands
knocked
over him.
out. You can see his eyes are open,
Oh, but he's
like
just
frozen there.
done for. I see. Just stands over him. And, you are not allowed to get up.
You continue past him. Give me another perception check. You you continue following the trail of suspiciousness surrounding just I want like the trail of what are these two super hot women, human women coming through the Undercity, right? You follow up on that, and you keep finding um sort of more and more avenues um to like explore, and eventually you find like two other different from the ones you first ran into, but two other like dwarvish women who are looking at like a door, and they're like whispering at each other, looking at the door with like suspicion. And as soon as you walk in, they both sort of like quiet down. Good day.
Howdy. Oh, wait, that's Evie. I don't say howdy.
Howdy.
Howdy, folks. No, she just nods.
But you did see them like staring at that at a suspicious at one of the doors with
Mhm.
suspicion.
Mm-hmm. Hmm. You ladies are eyeing that door a lot. Any particular reason for that?
No, 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 no,
Mm-hmm.
no, no, no.
Mm-hmm. Lying isn't your greatest skill, is it?
Do you know those women?
Which ones? The ones that went inside the door?
Yes.
That's all the info I needed. Thank you. And she walks away.
The second you turn your back, you see that they immediately like lean into each other's ears to start like gossiping again. But that's none of your problem. And you walk through the door. And these are more like maintenance tunnels for the for the water pipes that run through the upper city and the undercity. So they're very much like maintenance tunnels. And but as soon as you like close the door behind you and like start traversing through them, you hear this like yell of pain um, coming from further up ahead.
Ooh. Time to sneak up and investigate.
All right, you start walking up. Give me a stealth check.
Wait, quick question. Does this
Yes.
involve me walking silently?
Yes.
Then I have advantage on my stealth check
Yes,
according
you
to my
do.
boots.
That's I had forgotten about that. That's true.
Right, yeah,
You
the
would have
boots of
gotten advantage on the
Valentine.
last one too.
Ho 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 ho!
Ho ho!
Advantage!
You turn French. Okay.
Ho ho ho! Avantage, ici là.
Ici là.
You
Ici là. Ici bleu.
you yeah, you sneak up to the noise, and you find that the two women alongside the the man that they basically kidnapped um have him sort of on his knees and have surrounded him with other sort of cloaked individuals, not dressed all skimpy like the first two and the ones that are back at the brothel. These one actually have like actual like dark priestess robes. um and as soon as you see that the two women are like using daggers to like carve something into the man's chest. He's facing away from you, so you don't see what being carved into his chest. But it's definitely not a pain. It's definitely not a painless experience. So he's crying out for help.
Mm. Can I get closer?
They're kind of like in a small room, and you're like peeking through the doorway. So any closer, you would 100% get spotted.
But what if I cast invisibility on myself?
You absolutely can. Sure.
Then she will cast invisibility on herself so you can go inside of the room and can hear everything they're saying.
All right. You give me a stealth check at advantage because you can still make noise, but you have advantage on not making noise. Perfect. You very carefully sneak into the room and sort of take part of the conversation there. Eventually, the two women stop carving into the man's chest. You can turn around and you can find that they're carving the holy symbol of Shar onto his chest. So it's like this really big circle, and then like just like a bunch of scratch marks in the center. And so yeah, they finish carving. and he's like bleeding profusely from the chest. And the two women like are still like holding him by the shoulder so he doesn't like fall forward due to exhaustion. And then one of the like hooded cultists like looks around the room, sort of nods to everyone, and they all start sort of chanting. And this sort of like dark shadow is formed. Like it's like the shadow of the man. It like grows in size. Um, and the two women sort of close their eyes and start chanting alongside, and the shadow grows so much that it takes up the space of the man and both women.
Mm.
And you see that like the blood of the man is like literally like sucked off from him into the void below him, and and they keep chanting and chanting, and eventually the man perishes. He's like it's like sucked dry like a raisin. You see that he's like skinny and dehydrated completely. And you see that they like you see that the two women holding him down still have their eyes closed, and they too just like collapse to their knees and fall forward in exhaustion or something. Um, and the five other cultists that were surrounding them that are new to you, they sort of finish their chanting, and they sort of look at each other and like giving each other like their regards. Um, and and then three of the cultists like grab one body each and start dragging it away to dispose of it somewhere. And all that's left in the room is you and two of the Sharns.
And has Asila learned anything by listening to them?
No, they're what they were incanting during the sacrifice was like the words that like it's like magic speech, like the words of spells. It wasn't like a language. It was just like them casting a spell. Mostly, like it sounded like them casting a spell. But this is some sort of ritual to them. They sacrifice their own. Shar is the goddess of loss, so you know it would seem appropriate that they would have to like call their own. They would have to lose their own people to appease Shar in a very twisted and fucked up way, of course.
Um, so I'm just thinking, yeah.
Mhm.
Psychic whispers. Would that, if I were to use that on them, would they know that it would be me using that on them? Like, would they
I
know
think
that
it.
it would be me talking to them?
I think it has to be a willing creature.
It doesn't say that.
It doesn't say that.
No, let me
Then can you post
pull
it?
it up for you. One or more creatures you can see, up to a number of creatures equal to your proficiency bonus. Roll one psionic energy die for a number of hours equal. Chosen creatures can speak telepathically with you, and you can speak telepathically with them. The sender receives messages. You and the other creature must be within 1 mile of each other. The creature can't use his telepathy if it can't speak any languages, and the creature can end
Yeah.
the
Okay.
telepathic connection at any time. You don't need to speak a common language to understand each other, and the first time you don't. Yeah, that doesn't say they have to be willing necessarily. No.
That is true. Then if it doesn't say it, then they don't have to be. You're choosing both of them.
Yeah.
All right.
And
Um,
mostly with the idea of trying to like sort of, I guess, in a way of detect thoughts if possible. I don't know if that's even a thing that I am able to do with that. Where I
no,
can
it is.
kind of
It
like,
is. It is for communication. It's for talking with one another.
mm,
Um, you can't use that to like probe information out of someone's head.
okay, hypothetically, right? If you were to say something then while you're speaking it out, you are thinking about it. But how does telepathic communication work? By thinking what you're about to say, no?
Yeah, exactly.
So would that mean that anything that they would chant/say in a language that Asila wouldn't speak, she would still be able to understand, as the power says that they don't need to speak the same language?
If they're communicating to you, yes. You
Mhm.
can't use this. It's not also the way the brain works in D&D is very detailed.
Mhm.
So if they are talking, like if let's say you do this and you're like a mile away, clearly you can't hear them. But if they're talking, I know they're thinking, but they're not giving you those thoughts.
Right. Okay.
The person to telepathically speak with you, they have to like willingly give you a sentence or two to speak to, and you hear them in your head or you read them in your head.
Okay. One final question.
Yes.
So let's say that we use this on them, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they would not be aware. And let's say that I were to speak to them, but then if they're not aware, then they're not really able to speak back to me, right? They don't really know, sort of.
They can answer. It doesn't reveal you in any way. You
Mm-hmm.
can like speak into their heads, and that way they have no idea. Like because if you speak physically, they'll be able to be like, oh, she's over there. But since you're speaking telepathically, they can't like track that per se. So you would still stay hidden, but they would be able to answer you if they choose.
Okay. Well, that's
Because the
great.
connection is two ways. Because the connection
Then,
is two ways.
then I have one final question.
Okay.
Would Asila know what like the highest person would be called in like the whole Sharon place? Like, do they call her like Mother Superior or something, or like?
That is a great question. And in the meantime, give me a um religion check.
Relationship.
Hmm.
Because the basic idea I'm having right now is to get Asila to use the psychic whispers on them and to report to like their superior, so to say, right? So that she can follow them around and see where they lead her.
What'd you roll? 14.
Because in my idea, either she's around, right? They have a superior around either that then, can potentially give me more information. Or they don't have a superior around and they have to use some kind of like portal device, right? Like the lady said, to actually go somewhere that be connected to that place. So either one, I'd be finding something with that.
All right. Let's see. All right. Yep. Based on what you've learned from the Sharans, um, ever since they became relevant to your life, they do refer to people that are kind of higher up,
Mm-hmm.
um, as either dark ladies or dark lords.
Hmm. Damn. So there's a 50-50 on like whether I misgender their superior around here or not.
Um. All right. So yeah, you can. So what are you gonna do?
Acela will then basically make the connection to them, both of them, and
Okay.
just like as a telepathic like message, tell them to report to their like Dark Lord or yeah, what is it, Dark Lady?
Yeah. Okay. You see that they both sort of wince when you like pierce their heads, and they both look around, like drawing daggers and sort of like looking at the door, which are no longer there. Um, and sort of like head out into the hallway and like look both sides and really confused, sort of like turn to each other and go, "What the hell was that?" And they're just like in confusion.
And Ishida's gonna repeat the message.
Give me a persuasion check.
I was ready for that. Nah, come on. Come on.
Ah, must have been wind.
Nah, fuck the wind, dude.
One of the Sharns goes, "Someone's fucking with us," and they sort of one of them heads out into the hallway and the other one like stays in the room, like looking around.
Right,
Give me
pause.
another stealth check. Yeah.
A stealth check with advantage, or
Yeah, with advantage.
I'm not afraid of a stealth check. There you go.
Perfect.
So, right at that moment, Asila's basically going to just assassinate the one that's in the room with her, so that she can then instantly, like, after try to, like, get the other guy, how to say, like a knife on his throat, get up behind him.
So you're killing this one and interrogating the other one, or vice versa?
Correct. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm killing the basically the one that's in the room with me
The
still.
one. Okay.
I'm
got it.
killing that guy, and then right up like going to the guy in the hallway because he's now like with his back turned to me, and get up behind him, put a knife on his throat, drag him into the room, kind of thing, for interrogation.
Okay. Yeah. You you line up behind the first Sharn and you sink your blade into her neck. The the act itself was pretty clean, and you managed to just like carefully and quietly just like assassinate her, and which drops your invisibility as you made an attack.
Mm-hmm.
And you you kind of like um leave her on the ground, and you hear the footsteps of the other person coming into the room.
Damn.
Or you like hear them like approaching the entrance. It's not like they haven't come in yet.
Ah, okay. Then
Yeah.
basically she'll get to the corner of the door, waiting for the guy to come in. So at the moment he walks in, she can just grab him like by the neck, sort of say.
All right. Yeah, you see that the other Sharon rushes into the room, sort of to figure out what happened, and you immediately catch her with a blade to her neck. Um, she is going to try to fight back. Um, these aren't pushovers. These like, so she's gonna try and make an attack against you.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm gonna add. Wait, actually,
Seven.
I think I still have. I think I still have the Sharns archive. Let's see. Please. Oh, thank God, I still do. Yeah, +4. So it would have been a 17, but never mind. 11 misses. So you see that she like, as soon as you put the knife up to her neck, she tries to like slash across you, and you like kind of like jump back and completely avoid the attack.
Mm.
And you see that she's like holding up the dagger up to you, and she like turns her head and goes, "It's you. Figures you'd come for us.
You know me?
We know of you and the company you keep.
Hmm. Do tell.
Please, like it'll be that easy." And she tries to rush you again, to try to attack you. And why did I close the character sheet? There you go.
I am not sure.
Yeah, she goes in for another attack.
But
And you
she
manage to
misses.
just like, yeah, you manage to like. Not only does she manage to miss, but you manage to like grab an opportunity and just completely disarm her of her dagger. And she like takes a few steps back to like keep her distance from you. And she goes, "You might as well kill me."
Before getting the information I want, you still have a chance to make it out alive. You tell me what I want, maybe I'll just knock you out. If you don't, you'll definitely end up on the floor like your friend.
She stares at her friend, then back at you, and she goes, "It would be an honor to join my sisters."
Darn cultist. Well, in that case, fuck her up. I'm gonna just, there you go. Just for the sake of,
All right, you send a blade forward, and it impacts her in the chest. You see that she like gets like reels back and like sort of like ends up like flat against the opposite wall. Um, and she like expects to like um touch her wound and feel blood, but nothing. And she goes, "If you want to know more about your Raven Queen, then you gotta go straight to the source. You gotta go to the Shadowfell.
how
Not
do I
like
get
it's not like the Lady of Sorrows will let you."
there? Maybe after I put a dagger on her throat.
Is that really your solution to everything?
It's worked so far, hasn't it? You're on the floor, I'm not.
Yeah, well, it won't work this time.
We'll see.
Kill me, go, whatever. You have your answer. If you don't like it, oops.
She's just gonna walk away very slowly out of the room. And right at the entrance, she's gonna turn around and just throw another psychic blade right at her face.
All right. You see that she's kind of like beginning to sort of like relax. Um, after the after taking a hit and the whole adrenaline and stuff. So, like as soon like you catch her in the middle of like exhaling, and you just like dome her on the side of the head, and she just like limps to the side and just stays there.
Lovely. So, Lady of Sorrow, right? She said, what did she say again? That she was called? I forgot.
Lady of Sorrow is a nickname for Shar.
Mm.
Yeah. But yeah, your answer is you're gonna have to go to the Shadowfell.
So how am I gonna do that? Maybe I should have
Well,
asked that before killing her.
well.
Any more cultists around to narrate?
You can follow the trail of blood left behind by
Yeah,
the dead
yeah.
bodies
But
of the dragon.
the guy got dragged out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good point. And we're gonna follow the blood trail then from the guy that got dragged out by the other four cultists.
All right. You keep following them, and you eventually um get to a bit of again. All of these are like maintenance tunnels and whatever. But you find a section of the maintenance area that and you find the 3 shards there, the 3 missing ones. And you see that they've kind of like tampered with some of the piping, and now have kind of made like this like it's like filled like this vat full of like the lava that pumps into the main forge. And they're just dumping the bodies in there.
Mm.
Like they dumped the last one, and give me a stealth check before anything.
Advantage and stealth. Oh, I didn't put advantage. I'll be fine, probably.
24 is fine. um, as they're like melting away the bodies, you see that they all sort of like shake it off, is like wipe off anything that might have been left over, and start heading back um through where you're standing. So they're gonna walk by you.
I mean, investigation check, I guess. Is there anything out of the ordinary going on?
I mean, yeah, you can give me a perception check.
Perception. Oh, what the hell? Oh, there we go. No advantage. No. Perception.
You start looking around, and before the Sharns are gonna like walk by and like spot you, you manage to like see like a bit of like pipe running through the top, and you can like climb onto it, and then they will just pass right under you and not notice you. You can give me an acrobatics check to see if you can like latch on.
With a plus 13. Oh yeah. I think I'm okay.
Yeah, you manage to like kick off the wall and like just like be able to like grab onto the pipe and just lay really flat against it, and you see that the Sharns walk right under you, and don't spot you, and they're heading back to probably where you left 2 dead bodies.
Should have done something with that, shouldn't I? Oh boy. That's totally not suspicious that you're telling me that. You know, you don't just tell me that the people that I just killed are being found by 4 other people for no reason, you know?
So yeah,
The guy,
you're gonna chase after him.
the guy they dragged in. What was he here? You said?
Yeah, he's currently sitting on like this like it's basically this like cut up pipe that's like pumping like liquid magma down into the Great Forge at the bottom of the Undercity, and they just dumped him into the pipe so that he just melts.
Yeah. So he's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I was hoping to see if I could find.
I mean, yeah, if getting all of the fluids sucked from your body doesn't kill you, I'm pretty sure dropping what's left into lava will definitely kill you.
I mean, you never know. You know, adrenaline's a drug, man.
All right.
I mean, there's nothing
You
else
can,
really in the room for me apart from like a forge and stuff. So I guess I'm
yeah,
just gonna
you
go
have
back
to.
after the cultists at that point.
Yeah, all right. You can catch up with them, and you can employ violence if necessary.
Violence.
You can't just fight them. Like these aren't. You know, they're just shitty cultists.
I could
It's
take
not
them
it's not going to be a
easy.
difficult fight. Yeah, it's not a difficult fight at
Yeah.
all. So you engage the three remaining
Well,
ones.
actually, there's 3 of them, right?
Yes.
And they're like, what? They're like in front of her, like in the hallway, or like.
I
Give me
mean,
a
yeah,
listen.
once you like come down from the railing that you like hit on and you follow them, they're kind of just walking in this hallway. It's a very thin hallway,
Mm-hmm.
basically like 5 feet across, so kind of only one of you can like fit um comfortably at a time. So they're like in a single file line, all three of them.
So basically, instead of sneaking up on anyone like I normally would, she's just gonna walk behind them and just say, "The 3 of you have one chance, and one chance only, to tell me exactly what I want to know, or you will drop dead here right now."
One of the Sharans is gonna fuck around.
And find out.
And
Um,
very much find
let's
out.
see how much they find out.
Well,
they hit.
they actually hit. Wait, hold up.
Rewind.
Hello.
Rewind.
Hold up, Vic. They have their
Yeah.
back turned to me, right? Don't I
Yeah.
kind of have initiative here?
I mean, but you're just using it to talk. You're not making, or unless you're like attacking first.
I mean, let's put it this way. I would be prepared for them, right?
Then
Okay,
let me roll again. Let's see. Let's see.
rewind
You
a
know,
bit.
I'll
Let's
give
put it
him. I'll
this
give him
way.
disadvantage. I'll give him disadvantage. That was with
Oh,
disadvantage. There were just two really good rolls because of Nat 14 and Nat 17.
you're fucking chiding me.
I'll give you the lower damage because I love you.
Nah,
The one in the far back,
man, because here's my
like,
thing, right? My idea was
yeah.
to basically use the Starchosen power to just kill 2 of them off. Like right off the moment that like one of them would even like want to go for a swing, she would just be ready to use that Starchosen power kind of thing.
You know, and you know what? I got ahead of myself, so I'm gonna let you do that. Like but the one in the far back, so the one's closest to you, is just gonna like instinctually like grab their dagger and just do a 180 and swing it, like do a wide swing, hoping to catch something. That's what this attack was.
Right, but I'm not that close. That's the thing. I mean, how close do you think I
Okay,
am?
okay. Yeah,
Like
I thought like
I'm
you
not
walked up
in
to
melee
them.
range. No. I'm
Okay,
like,
never mind. Then.
let's put it this way. It's a hallway. They're like 4 feet ahead of me. Like, and I'm just
Alright.
shouting at them. You got one chance and one chance only. The time it takes for them to even walk up to me at that point, like I have to be able to have a reaction to that. I feel like.
Yeah, alright. Fair
And that's
enough.
why I'm saying, like, Star Chosen of the Dagger, boom, as an action, choose up to 3 targets. Well, I choose 2 of them. Boom, killed off 2 of them.
Alright, yeah. The like all three turn and they all draw their daggers, and the closest ones obviously rush in first, and you just like all the lights shut off, and suddenly you hear like the sound of like gagging on blood from like 2 of the Sharans, and then the lights go back on and they're just on the floor just bleeding. And the leftover ones just staring out around and just like their hands start shaking. And
I love
they're
how
just kind of like
chaotic this
frozen
is.
there.
I love how chaotic
One thing
this
I
scene
learned from
thing
this,
is.
by the way, is that next time I'm going to be very specific on what I want to do. So that we don't go into a situation like this, because I kind of
Yeah.
feel like bad as well with the idea of like, you go for an attack and I have to be like, oh, wait. Because like, I don't feel like that's kind of legit. You know what I mean?
No, it's
Like,
fine.
so
I get
next
it.
time, like, no, this is more my fault, like, because I need to be a bit more descriptive on what I want to do, I feel like.
All right.
But thank you for making it work still.
I love how this is so chaotic. Well,
Yeah.
everyone was just like, oh yeah, Evie is just gonna go ahead and sell her things. River found his faith in a god.
Well,
Arya
it still
reunited
has shit
his
to do.
Arya reunited his little brother with his friend. Isila kills 5 people already. Just kills people. Like, how many have you killed? I've counted 5.
Not 4. Wait, no, 4. Yeah, because I killed the 2 in the room, and now I killed 2 of them as well. One of them is
Alright.
still alive for now, until
Okay.
I've got what I need. Then she's gonna die, or he, I don't know, whatever. And then I'm gonna go to where I need to go, and whoever's in that room and pisses me off is gonna die. Sounds
Alright.
about right.
I love
All
that,
right.
Alice. I love
Darn
that.
So yeah,
cultist.
the last guy is just he's just standing there with a dagger in his hand and just has no, like, it's just frozen, kind of.
Isila just looks at him. Drop the dagger. And tell me what I want. And you might just be able to walk away from this. As the one survivor of this whole place. Wouldn't you be lucky?
The hell do you want?
The Shadowfell. Where do I go to get in?
You must be mad if you want to go there. You'll be ripped apart.
I didn't ask for your opinion. I asked for directions. Don't test my patience.
The Selenites. They have a object in their possession. It is rightfully ours.
And
It
what
allows
is
us
this
to
object
communicate.
called?
It allows us to communicate with Shar. And it could be used to take someone to the Shadowfell. To open a portal to it.
And this object has a name?
Just a shape. There's a chalice made of onyx. About the size of your head.
What do I do with it? How do I use it?
If you're meant to go, it'll tell you.
Alright then. I feel generous today. She walks past, kicks away the dagger, note that's on the floor that he dropped, kicks that towards
Okay.
the end of the hallway so that he can't, pick it up,
Alright.
and just, walks towards the end of the hallway.
You walk away. You follow the winding secret tunnel back up to the brothel, to Trish's delight. You can collect your weapons again.
Ah, yes,
And-
lovely. I'm totally not covered in blood or something by now.
It's like you don't even need to get rid of your weapons because you always
I
have
mean-
weapons with you.
Yeah,
haven't-
theoretically
you
I
haven't-
do. I have 2 psychic blades and I have a flame tongue
haven't
dagger
killed-
that's basically tattooed in my
You
arm.
haven't killed anyone at melee range, because you killed one. You've killed the first person you interrogated with the psychic blades, and the other
Yeah,
two with like
true.
Starchosen power.
Well, isn't it like in the description of the psychic blades that they don't even make a mark?
Oh, the
Yeah,
psychic blades. Yeah.
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 So
Yeah,
like,
the
if
psychic
you
blades
just
is
use
like
the psychic
perfect
blades,
spell tool.
yeah, like they don't even make a mark. It just embeds inside of them as like a psychic kind of.
It is just
Illusion.
psychic damage. Psychic damage doesn't leave scars.
Other than on
So
the
they
brain.
don't bleed.
I mean, yeah, I guess it'll melt your brain if you take
Have
enough
you
damage. but-
seen how people die in Baldur's Gate to to psychic damage? Their brain.
I don't think I
explodes.
have.
Their brain.
I'm not
explodes.
sure about that actually.
Jesus.
Really?
Kill
Oh, wow.
something with like a bard for like vicious mockery, dissonant whispers, or something. You see them
Okay,
holding their
okay.
head, like you see them holding their head, and then they like fall over, and you see
Oh
like
my-
the blood like just like pop out.
You know what that reminds me of?
Crazy.
Do you know the game The Lemmings?
Yes.
When the lemmings explode. Oh no!
But yeah,
If you don't know
the
the Lemmings fic, it's like imagine a game, like a very old ass game. We're talking like 1980s, right? This game is made like on a Philips game station. I actually have the game here from my
Wow.
great uncle. That is, yes, that's how old that shit is.
Jesus
No
Christ.
HDMI on that shit. No.
Hey, Alice.
But
Alice,
that game's
you're
just the
old.
idea of like you get a bunch of like little lemmings that drop out from a gate, and you have to get them through the level to the end. And some of them you have to assign as workers at mine. Some of them you can give them an umbrella when they walk off the cliff, so you can use the umbrella as sort of a parachute kind of thing. And you have to get them, to the end of the level, right? But there's another way to blow up a wall rather than mining through it, is to say explode. And it will give a little timer to the lemming, and after the timer goes off, they'll just stand still, put their hands on their hand, go like shaky shaky, and go like, oh no! And you just hear a little bloop. it's like hilarious, but so cute at the same time. It's
Yeah,
like,
you should pay attention to the different ways people die in Baldur's Gate to certain damage. Like the
Yeah.
sound design in itself, because when
It's
you kill
really
something
good.
with psychic damage, the sound design, you even hear something explode, and it can just be the brain that explodes in that moment. But imagine, it makes it even funnier. Imagine being a bard and just vicious mockery someone when they're low. You literally just insult them, and their brain explodes.
Their brain turns to mush.
I can't wait to do that. Tebrin has vicious mockery. Vic, for Lunareth. I need to make good one-liners for that though, because I kind of want to have good one-liners.
Copy all the Baldur's Gate ones. They're great.
How flaccid is my competitor? Or
All
how
right.
flaccid is mine foe, or whatever. Like very weird.
Well, all right. Hey, Sheila, you make it back to the surface. As you're picking up your weapons, the Leonin bouncer goes, "I hope you enjoyed your stay." And you head out
Alright, getting a notepad.
back to the Moonvale, probably.
Getting a notepad.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I mean, actually,
you're
no,
heading.
because I need to go back. Well, yeah, no, yeah, back to Moville. Yeah, back to
Alright.
Moville. Never mind.
It
So yeah,
waxes
pretty much
with me.
everyone has come back to the Moonville. Delete all these tokens. And we will follow up on Asila's story, wrap up Rennie's, and end chapter 3 next week.
Woo!
Thou art as
Thick
cool-
sauce.
Oh, fuck.
We're going to
Alright.
the Shadowfell, people. I hope you're coming with me. The scary place, Someone's got to hold my hand.
Oh, man.
Absolutely.
Come on, Captain Evie.
Honestly, Vic, thank you for telling me this, because all of these make so much sense for a noble character to say.
Alright. I'm gonna be very lazy with next week. Session 14 is simply gonna be called City of Memories Part 3.
Oh,
I cannot
God.
be bothered. If I get to reuse City Living twice on chapter 1, then I get to reuse City of Memories 3 times in chapter 3.
Okay, now next week is gonna be 5 episodes with city in its name. It's just
Oh, no.
5 episodes.
Maybe more. Like, let's do the title cards. ¿Qué pasó?
¿Qué pasó? It's like, what's up?
¿Qué pasó?
But yeah,
The
it's
only
like,
reason I know that is from South Park.
behold, a most noisy cock. My Life, Part 12, The Boring Opponent. Thou art saucy as gruel. Your body is a temple to an idiot god. Yeah, Alice, I made a Bard subclass.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. I made a Bard subclass called College of Emotions. And I finished it, so it's really fun.
Good night, everyone. I'm gonna
What?
go eat.
We need the restaurant fact.
Ah, shit balls. I'm never prepared these days. Okay.
Here, Alice, I'm sending you screenshots. Where are my sorrowful memories? Excuse me. Where did I put my that's not what I'm that's unwavering compassion. I'm
So a lizard broke into my house, and we're trying to scare it off.
What's
Anyway.
Jib doing in your house? What's Jib doing in your house? Or it's Trakes.
Fuck out of here, Trakes. Get the fuck
Yeah, I
out
was
of here,
about to
Trakes.
say Trakes. Like,
There's
what the
nothing
hell?
for you to steal here.
Ah, maybe. Maybe you can steal some money.
Money. Cute.
Yeah. Alice, I'm sending you screenshots. Also, Vic.
Yeah, I don't think I've used City before until yeah.
Yeah, you
I think
didn't.
I think interesting. Oh well. Now I know.
But yes,
City
Vic.
Living Part 2.
Vic.
Yeah.
I'm done with my subclass for bards.
I saw, yeah. I need to check it out.
Let me quickly, because I just changed some things and had the, not change as in change, but typos and what's it when something is not aligned? Yeah, there we go. That's the finished product now. I changed the 6th level feature that you made.
What is that? What is that file type? I've never seen that before.
ODT? That's
Yeah.
Open Office.
Oh.
It's the free version of Word because fuck Word.
Yeah, I know.
And it's something
It's a
I'm
Linux
used to.
version.
It's something I'm used to because my parents' PC always used Open Office. So I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. Right. But yeah, we will pick this up on City of Memories Part 3, the last session in Chapter 3. And then shit's gonna get real. Shit's gonna get really crazy.
Uh-oh.
I'm just letting you guys know. So don't miss out on next week.
Honestly, cannot wait.
I'm so tired I can't acquire a good
Okay, let me do it. I'm gonna do it this week.
Okay.
Restaurant facts. Because I cannot end stream before we get a restaurant fact. No. Huh. Okay. The world's largest restaurant is in Syria. Oh god, that... I'm gonna butcher this name. Hello? What is that? Okay, never mind. That's not the one I'm gonna do.
No, post it in general. I'll do it.
Like...
I'm a minority. I can get it wrong.
Yeah, you're allowed to.
Yeah.
Like what is... I can't even pronounce that.
Bawabe. No, wait. If it's this is where?
In
Syria, Damascus, Syria. So it's probably Bawabet. Maybe. It's probably Bawabet.
Like, not me
Cool.
playing the
Which
minority shield with Vic here.
which translates to Damascus Gate Restaurant. It's located in Damascus, Syria, and it has 6,014 seats and a 580,000 square foot dining area. Jesus Christ, what?
Who are they
Googling this.
feeding?
I'm Googling this.
I'm looking this up now as well.
Oh! There's a whole, like, is that an ice skating rink? There's an indoor pool? There's a boxing ring? What?
Oh, is it just a warehouse and it's a restaurant
No.
slash circus or
No,
something?
dude, this is a temple. Oh my
Oh,
god, this place is massive. Wow. Every picture I click, it's a different place. No place looks the same. Oh wait, maybe okay, so they have like a main room for activities, and in one picture it's an ice skating rink, the other one it looks like a wrestling thing. It has an indoor pool or like a lazy river. Jesus Christ, this place is beautiful.
God damn.
All right, well, that's a very good fact. Thank you, Nima.
That is crazy. I just looked at it as well. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, damn.
Anyways, that's that. Let me check something before I do this. Cool.